guys, so thanks for being here. So I thought this would be kind of a fun reading, different type of reading for a Sunday reading. But I've been noticing in the pick a cards lately that there's been a collective energy of being at a crossroads or having to make a choice of some sort, right? Or possibly shifts taking place where it's necessary, or you're thinking about it. There's just something to do here with making choices, and I thought, what an interesting reading would it be to do a 2-path spread. So here's choice A, here's choice B, here you are, and then we're going to go down and work through, the upside to it, the downside to it. We're also going to talk about what you should do, maybe perhaps to change the situation to better you in some kind of way, and then also advice towards the end. Okay, so we're going to be using this is the Vintage Wisdom Tarot, or Oracles. Okay, so let's see here. Pile 1. Pile 1's 2 paths. Pile 2's path. Okay. Pile 3. Let's do this. And pile 4. Okay. Let's see what we got. So, pile 1, we have Sanctuary. Pile 2, Intuition. Pile 3, Surrender. And pile 4, Change. Remember, we're talking about the 2 paths. Okay? So, like I said, there'll be that little bit of a meditation after the intro. If you want to take a deep breath, close your eyes, think about the path that you're on. Think about what kind of information you want to gather from this reading that would help you moving forward. Open your eyes and focus on which pile you feel most drawn to. If for some reason or any reason you may feel more drawn to like one pile and then you kind of catch the eye of another pile, there could be a message for someone else in that pile for you, or it could be a different perspective or someone else's perspective of a situation, okay? So take that all, how it resonates. Remember, these are not personal readings. These are general readings, but if you would like a personal reading from me, information for that is down below. I am opening back up to my readings. I'm going to send out a notification of that on my community page so that you are aware. And like I said, timestamps for all of this will be down below, and I will see you at your pile. Hey, pile 1. So if you chose Sanctuary here, this is going to be your reading. So this is supposed to represent whatever the path has to do with, right? So you have Sanctuary. Obviously, this could have something to do with something practical like a home or a location. Maybe some sort of structure here that you feel safe in, or creating some kind of foundation. There may be some kind of decision around this in some kind of way. Something that would affect you material-wise, I think, is important here. But this could also represent something a little deeper than that, and it could be having to do with where you feel safe. Like your sanctuary here, you see all these peacocks, which, peacock feather there. It reminds me of the pride. It reminds me of pride. You also have a bird here that's half red, half blue. That may be a sign for some of you. May have been seeing that a lot. There's something also to do here with recognizing like because this looks like 9 of Pentacles to me. And it's like recognizing what you value, what's important to you. And kind of getting pride back in yourself, I think, here too. So something like that is there. We'll see how all that kind of goes into your reading. Okay. It's funny too, we're talking about like the past, and you have that bird there that's red and blue. Red is like the root chakra, right? So it's like grounded energy, which would be like sanctuary. And that blue color, which is the throat chakra, could be about, you know, communication perhaps. Maybe expressing yourself, being clear about something. So either there's something to do with remaining stable or something to do with speaking your truth or opening up or communicating something. Should I just not say anything? That kind of energy's there. So that might be somebody's like actual question. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna get the, I actually don't know the name of this. I think it's the Wheel of Fortune deck. And we're going to take a look. This is going to be their first deck that we use, okay? And we're going to take a look and see what the choices are here. What is choice A here for pile 1 in their path? What is choice A? 9 of Cups in reverse. Something that you don't really want to do. That's choice A. It's funny too, I said should not do anything, and he's literally sitting there not doing anything. This is something that you're not happy with. Like, you're not happy making this choice, okay? This could also be you having to go about a situation that is not necessarily the route that you want to take. This could be like giving up on something that you're wishing for, or giving up on as much as what you're wishing for. It's like something's ruining the party of it. Does that make sense? It's like, this is a weird thought, but it's like, you know, going in and having a party and going and having a celebration because there's something there that you're celebrating, and you feel joyous about it, and you're ready to like celebrate this. But then you get into the party, and by the end of it, you know, you're so out of it. And there's so much that's gone on. It's like it's not, you don't even remember what you were celebrating here in the first place, right? It's something to do with that. That's a weird way to describe it, but I'm going to go with it. Let's see what your choice B is. So it's like this is going to be a harder route, not what you want, but it is the more stable route, I guess. This can also look in the way of just, you know, standing your ground. Okay, what about choice B? What's choice B for pile 1? Yeah, looky there, the Knight of Pentacles. That's moving in a direction. This is like being determined. This is a slow moving energy, but it's because there's a lot of lessons that need to be learned, because it's about building something, growing something, moving forward. It's an action card, so it would be about taking some sort of action, kind of like the throat chakra, like we talked about. So communication or expression is something that's really here. Offering something is really here too. And there's something here that takes a lot of patience. But this is about finishing what it is that you started. This is like when you get to, you're working on something, and this could be work, I guess, but you're starting to not enjoy it as much. Something like that. And you could go this route, which is not really what you want. Or you could go this route where you're having to have patience, but you're moving forward. Okay, so what is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn over there? Let's far as, you know, being, it's a grounded energy, so something important too could happen around August or September. That also has to do with communication that's going to make sense. Something here, this is a side note, guys, sorry. There's something here that, pause for a second so I can express this. From August to September, at some point, there's something that you're going to understand. You're going to start to re-examine in some way. And it has to do with communication. So maybe this is why this is so important. It's kind of like not wanting to get too far gone, and then you have to re-examine. Like this, I think that's a fear in some way. Anyways, what is the upside of choice A? Knight of Wands. You get to do whatever you want. The Knight of Wands is like, yeah, going to explore new things. It's a free spirit. It's getting to do whatever you want. It's kind of being a youthful again, or exciting new things, or going on adventures, or there's a lot of things that could come out of taking this route, right? This would be the upside of the situation. So what about the upside of choice B? What's the upside of choice B? The Moon. How's that an upside? This is about fantasy, I feel like. The Moon is dreams. But the Moon is hidden. This can look in the way of like, you won't have to ever be in your head about this, wondering if you made the right decision, right? Because you see the two towers that are here. You're trying to listen to your intuition about this. But it may be throwing you, not your intuition throwing you off. There may be fear here throwing you off a little bit. You're afraid. This is about being afraid. It's almost like if you go this route, the upside of this is that you won't ever have to be thinking about what could have been, right? Pisces, Cancer energy there. There's a mystery to this side, not so much this side. It's like you already know how this is going to go in a way, but this is a mystery. What's the downside to choice A? The Eight of Cups. Oh, man. Well, it's connected to this in a way. The downside here on this side is the Eight of Cups in reverse is like you can't emotionally walk away from something. This is like you'll always be thinking about if you would have went this route. This is like having a harder time. This is when we have harder times in our life letting go of things that we're emotionally attached to. And there's definitely an emotional attachment because you see here, you're already in choice A, you're having to walk away from something that once was bringing you a lot of happiness, right? Or a wish or desire that you had. And then you go back down to the Eight of Cups. So it's like, yeah, look, you get to go, explore and be adventurous and go do, and you're independent here and free spirit. But here, emotional wise, there's still this is a hard energy to kind of get past, basically. There's still things that you're going to have to free yourself from, detach yourself from, and this is the downside. You're going to have a hard time, I feel like, doing that, and it's because of this. It's like because you'll never know what this side would have been, right? This choice. So emotionally, your heart's still in that place, right? It's hard to let go emotionally to what you don't know what could have happened. It could have been great, or it could have been miserable, or it could have I could have been very successful, or I could have lost everything. It's that kind of feeling. And it weighs on you emotionally because at some point this was a desire, a wish fulfillment. So what's the downside? I'm scared to ask this. What's the downside over here for choice B? That didn't work out very well. What's the downside here for choice B? What's the downside for choice B? The Six of Cups in reverse. There's something to do with an energy from the past where there's some sort of feeling of, I don't want to say resentment. I don't feel like it's there yet. But there is some, a feeling of, this is a soulmate energy, by the way, and it has to do with the past. And this is like you need to let go of the past of something. But there's something to do with the downside of this. Maybe a stolen innocence, like this way's harder because there's some sort of stolen innocence from a situation. What do I mean by that? Like this is a joyful card, a joyful memories, and there's some sort of something that's tainted here when it comes to that joy, that experience or that memory. There's something that's there. That's the downside to this. I don't know if kids are involved. If that's a message for somebody, it's like the downside perhaps to some of this is something to do with having to let go in some way. This could look like having to leave a child behind or something like that. Because of the past in some way. I think that's someone's message. I don't think a lot of you are going to resonate with that, but there's something to do with you have to leave the past in the past or something like that. Yeah, look at that. The Fool and the Ace of Cups. In order to have a new beginning here, that's the downside. And there's a lot of emotions that are there that haven't been healed or processed in this. It's like tainting something from the past, kind of like throwing glitter all over everything in the present, and messing it up, not making it better. Okay, so what is, I'm going to go on to, what do you need to do in order to change, if you want this path here, okay, if you want this path, what do you need to do in order to change yourself now in order to get to that path? the Hanged Man. You have to see something in a different way. You have to change your perspective of how you're looking at this. And you have to get off that tree. You have to. This is a stagnant energy, so you have to stop being stagnant. If you're going to make this decision that you're going to make here, you need to get off the tree. You need to, you know, do it, I guess. Maybe time is relevant here. So the more time goes by, maybe that's the harder it's going to be. This is also about, if you want this route, especially with this here, this Eight of Cups, because there's definitely something emotionally here that you're going to have a hard time. That's the downside. You're going to have a hard time letting go of. Or healing from. Then you're going to have to really change your mindset at how you see possibilities in the future. This can look in the way of having this opportunity in the future. You know, like maybe an idea for that being there at some point in order to be in this present moment so that you can make this decision and do what you need to do here. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so that's interesting. Now let's see about the other side. What do you need to do? What do you need to do or change in order to choose this side? What do you need to do or change in order to choose side B, the Knight of Pentacles? Tower 1. I don't know why I want to pull all these out. I feel like I need to pull all these out. And I don't really know why that is, but I'm going to do it, I guess. Let's see. The Wheel of Fortune. Well, that's always a good card to see. The Two of Wands. And the Fool in reverse. That's interesting. So what do you need to change in order to choose this path? Well, there's something that may be faded here on this side. This is again the choice that's here, the Two of Wands. This is the choice here really on that side, but this Two of Wands is the choice here. You have to be able to look at this choice as something that is an opportunity, not a loss. You have to shift your perspective of seeing this as being something that's positive, or is again could bring this. I mean, this is a lot of success. This is a lot of abundance. This is the Wheel of Fortune, so this is like being very fortunate. But it's also things changing, and so you have to be able to, if you're going to choose this route, choose to change. There's something deeper here with this, though. With this Fool in reverse, you may have been like holding back or neglecting to get out of this kind of energy. This Knight of Wands, this Fool, they're both like energies of being carefree, free spirit, you know, this kind of thing. This being in reverse that's over here with making this decision is showing me that you may have to change some of your ways that you're doing things in order to see something be successful. This is how, if you're going to make this choice, you're also going to have to make this choice to change some things that maybe it's just you've been doing things that haven't worked out in the past. Like this is like taking risk here, throwing caution to the wind, you know, that kind of thing. In reverse, it's like you need to be cautious, you know. You need to not be foolish here, not be just so free-spirited here. You have to be more grounded, you know. This is also a lack of direction, and I feel like with this Two of Wands, it's telling you pick a direction. This is like a plan, perhaps, or, yeah, you have to make a plan. This could be like you've been afraid to take a leap of faith here, and it's been your blockage. This is about you need to choose that route. You need to get on the wheel. See, he's standing there waiting, and look, he's looking at his, what is that? His book? Oh no, he's holding the world in his hands, but I thought that was a book. It was a mountain. Here. You may be looking at the obstacle here, or the obstacle, but the part of this is that you're looking at the obstacles and you're not looking at the fact that you have the world in your hands here. You may have forgotten this over this period of whatever's transpired here with the moon. And this right here. There's some stuff going on here. But that Fool in reverse is like needing to have faith. That's another part of it. You got to have faith, right? Limp Bizkit said it. You got to have faith here in this. There's something else that I need to pull from that, but I can't just get it from that. What is the Wheel of Fortune? The Chariot in reverse. This could be like something you can't do alone. This can be like, this is Cancer energy, by the way. Aries is down here too. Cancer's here together. This can be like you have to change your ways. I get it. You may have been somebody that's been very independent. With this Six of Cups here is soulmate energy, so this includes someone else, right? So you may have been someone that's been very independent with this. If this is like a career thing, then it's going in a direction here where you have a contract, right? And that could be the downside here if that's your situation, because the Six of Cups can be like a contract. That's the downside. You have to sign a contract, right? Something like that. That's interesting. But this is like you cannot move forward alone. You can't make independent decisions and things like that. You have to kind of change your way of doing things if you're going to do it on this side. This is how you choose this direction. And also, again, seeing the fortunate, that what it will bring, instead of kind of more so thinking about what's the worst case scenario, because technically these cards right here aren't the best, and this is supposed to be good. So the only thing that right now, when you think about this on this side, with this moon being here, it's almost like, because this is supposed to be the upside, and the only thing that you're holding on to right now with this or grasping is the fact that you can't see if it could be a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. And maybe this is just fear. So you're not acknowledging the actual possibilities or the actual positive way that this could play out, because there is this fear that's here around it. Okay. What about advice on this? Wait, is there anything else I need to get here that I'm missing? I'm going to go back through this for a second. What is the one thing that you need to know about this decision over here? What is the one thing they should know moving forward? That popped right out. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, someone or something is going to stop giving to you on this side. Tell me more about that. Wow. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Oh, if this is a person, you may have a hard time replacing this person. The Ace of Swords. And this is someone, if this is a person, guys, I'm going to go through your energy too, but this is the Knights that, okay. So anyway, if this is a person here, there's, like, this is cut off in some way. Communication may be cut off. Never really understanding, like I said before, how something would go. There may be some bitterness that's here, or someone seeing you. It could be having to do with how someone's seeing you, like being selfish. Maybe someone that's temperamental here. That Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This can be having some kind of, this is like jealousy and all kinds of issues that are going on here. I don't know who this person is to you, if this has something to do with it. This Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorn person that's here, and you have Virgo here as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. There's a lack of truth or clarity around all of this, and I'm trying to figure out what it means by that. What do you, thank you. The Hierophant. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are, this is a lack of truth here. This is, I think, the same thing that's here. I don't know if this is really going to bother you. This is like not, I mean, this is, I just can't explain it. But you do have the Five of Swords in reverse. Knight of Swords in reverse, Six of Pentacles. Stop giving to a situation. This is about stop giving to a situation. I'm asking if there's anything else that you need to know about this as far as advice. And you need to know that either someone's going to stop giving to the situation, or you, again, need to stop giving to this situation. Maybe cut off communication. If you don't want to commit to this person, or if you don't want to commit to some sort of contract or partnership or something like that is here. I think that you need to be honest here about this. That's what it is. There's something to do with needing to be honest here about why you are separating yourself with this. That's the advice that's here. Or be honest with someone. About why. There could be a lack of trust here with the Ace of Swords being in reverse, or something clouding your judgment, or you can't figure something out, you know? Maybe you can't figure someone out. Okay. You have the Empress and the Five of Pentacles. Tell me about the, you could take a risk at hurting someone here as well. Maybe hurting more than one person. I think being honest here, guys, is so important. I'm going to get more detail in a second. Let me take a look and see if there's anything else over here with choice B that pile 1 needs to know. The Two of Pentacles. Something, you may have more options here in the long run this way. This is about also prioritizing, making a choice, which we already talked about, but prioritizing what's important to you. in order to change your ways or to move in this direction that you want to move in. Yeah, look at that. Wow, the Emperor. This is what you need to be right here. And this also has something to do with making sure you really prioritize like what's important to you, what makes sense to you. I think that you're going to have more options here in the long run as far as getting to the place like leveling up. You know, the Emperor's here, so Aries energy is important. This could, if this is a business, it's like something that you need to go through in order to get to feeling comfortable, feeling the sanctuary. What's, you know, important to you. The Emperor is stability, safety, security, structure, and you have options here, but you have to get your priorities right. Which means if you've been in kind of a, you know, free, charismatic, loving energy, and you've just been like, you kind of not being as structured, not being as serious, not being stable, you know, then you could do a 180 here with that. But you have to make priorities stick, right? You have to get your priorities right. The Five of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There may be some kind of conflict around the stability of this foundation. Maybe this could have to do with being conflicted about some kind of upheaval, or being conflicted about something like the structure of the foundation has been obscured in some kind of way. You know, what if it's unstable? The Emperor, he takes control of things like this. He takes control of things like this. This is also being afraid of being betrayed. So if you have to sign some kind of contract, that is a fear. Woo! Don't we all feel that way? I've signed some contracts in my life, and I'm going to tell you, when you feel good about everything, you get your pen and you start to write on that paper, there's always that little bit of fear that has to poke its head in there right before it takes place, right? What if? And this could ruin all of this. If you're conflicted about everything being taken away from you, or what it is, like this is like, what if I build all this up and then somebody pulls the rug out from under my feet? This is about betrayal. So what if they betray me? You know, this is here. It's a fear that's present. Anything else that they need to know over here? The Page of Cups. Well, I would say take it slow. Remember, this is very serious, right? A very serious fear. This is like, get back to the creative part of it. Get back to why did you want this in the first place? Why did this lead you to a Nine of Cups? How did it get there? This is like going back to the innocence, going back to the playful part of it, which is funny because I mentioned that something about lost innocence here. This is like being playful and fun, and going back to why you're here, why you emotionally like fell towards this decision to begin with. And the Two of Cups in reverse. There may be a lack of trust here. If that's the case, this definitely could be some sort of an apology, or just, again, getting back to this place can help this. Because there's a lack of peace here. For some of you, this could have been a breakup, you know, or a separation from somebody. But this can also be this contract here. Like, I just feel like they're wanting you to look at something in an innocent way again, somehow. Because this is something that you don't feel at peace or good about. How do you deal with that? The Three of Pentacles. This is commitment, working together. This is something here that you're going to have to stay committed to working on. Okay, so this is like basically saying in a contract, you know, you're going to have bumps that come along the way, and you have to kind of work on those, work through those. Like the Three of Pentacles. Commit to working through something here. Commit to working through something together in order to build trust in a relationship or a partnership. Interesting. Okay. Page of Pentacles is right there. Look at that. This is an offer. This is a, okay, here I'm going in this direction, right? The Page of Pentacles is a new beginning. You have a Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the Four of Cups. See, this is where you've been sitting. Three of Cups is there. You've been sitting there looking at those three cups and going, what do I do now? What do I do now? Like you've been analyzing all the relationships that you've had, all the situations that you've been in, what's happened best for you up until this point, just all these things, and how those may have not worked out, because that's really what the Four of Cups is. But you've been kind of meditating, reevaluating this, just going on about what it is that you want to reject, if you're going to take something or not. And you know, the Spirit's handing the cup here, so you're not looking at it because you've been looking at this. But you have the Nine of Pentacles here where you're not happy. You're not happy with where you are. You're maybe not happy with the position that you're in. And you're wanting some sort of new beginning here. And together you have 10 Pentacles, which is on this side. He's leaning towards this side too, but I mean, I'm just saying that. Y'all have free will. Okay? I'm just pointing that out in the card, but y'all have free will. And you know, that's maybe why you've been questioning this. Like, does something have everything it is that you really need to satisfy you? It may have everything that you need, but it may not be, it may be miserable. You know what I mean? Which is why you've been thinking about this. Look at that. There may have been some sort of disagreement here, or this is just mentally conflicted about an ending, or what it is that you want to end, or which direction you should take when it comes to the relationships, situations. Reanalyzing this. Am I happy? Does this have what I need? It's funny too, I mentioned the Nine of Pentacles here, and there it is. Okay, let's get some deeper advice for each side, and then we'll get an overall card from Spirit, okay? So let's do overall advice here. Actually, we'll do these. Overall advice here for choice A. Overall advice for choice A. There's definitely heartbreak over here. I really kind of want to look at that for a second. I just can't let it go. I'm going to have to use a different deck though. Actually, let's just use these. For choice A. Hold on. Gotta fix everything. Okay. Come here. Doesn't want to work out for me. Let's see. What's going on here with this Three of Swords? Dedication. Stay dedicated to your goals, efforts that will reap success. Maybe you had to shift your focus here. Stay dedicated, like as far as, you know, shifting your focus here. Maybe off of this, if this is something that's painful. I mean, it's a Three of Swords, so it's painful. This is what the Eight of Cups is connected to. What else? Divine counterpart. You may have to hurt somebody here that has been very dedicated to you. Oh, and that just made me very emotional. Okay, I'm not going to go there anymore now. That's why they didn't make it a point to make me go over there earlier. You may have to walk away on this side. If you choose this direction, you may have to walk away from someone that you feel like has been very dedicated to you. And you felt like, I mean, it's a divine counterpart. So it's somebody that right there is going to affect your life in a way. This heartbreak that you're going to feel from this will change you. What advice do you have about choice A? You are. Number 3, Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, I'm actively working on the situation. I am here and I'm helping. What else? What advice do you have? Number 24, prioritize self-care. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. So this may be it's telling you to kind of be strong here and focus on yourself and what you feel like fills you up and makes you feel good. If you're going to take this route, if you're going to really take this route of being free and independent and going towards something new and everything else, then you're really going to have to stay focused in on prioritizing your self-care. Because I do feel like even though this feels like a harder route, I feel like this is also going to be a harder route through the process. But you may not understand or see that now as much as you will further into it. Because there's some kind of heartbreak or separating yourself here or hurting someone else that's going to affect you in the long run if you don't kind of stand your ground here. If you make this decision and prioritize that you need to do what's best for yourself here, regardless if it's hurting someone else in the process. In the long term, I feel like this is going to affect you somewhat. Somehow, this whole situation. Tell me what that is. How is this going to change, Paul? Abundance. You may start to be more thankful or grateful for things or people or places or whatever it is that you're blessed with. You may start to feel more grateful and inflow of money, love, and rewards. It's like this maybe has always been there. You just haven't seen it the same way. Sometimes when we have heavy heartbreak and loss in our life, we start to acknowledge and see that makes us be more grateful of what we have. Especially when you're losing something, right? It's like time, It's like time with someone. Whenever you don't get to see them anymore, you realize, you start to just remember or think about the things that you miss where maybe you didn't before. And that can be painful, go through that process, when you're separating here from someone or something. And this could also be like you hurting someone or breaking a contract or something like that so that you can just go on your own here. Okay, so let's see what the advice is for choice B. And this was a whopper of a reading, right? Okay, choice B. What is the advice for choice B? Get your power back. That's what all this is. With this here. See, this here, look, let me show you. This 5 of Swords, okay? The 5 of Swords is like, look at him. It's like getting away with something or there being a betrayal. You're worried about this. I think that when you look into the future, this kind of is a blockage from being able to have this here, this 10 of Pentacles. It's almost like you don't trust somebody here. You're worried about what it is that you're going to be losing or what you could lose. This is like when you build something with somebody. This is like a divorce even. But when you build stuff with somebody and then you lose it, you know. And with get your power back here, and this being the number 13, which is death, and tarot, which is transformation, there's this part of this is I feel like you kind of need to let go of. It's not that you don't have to be cautious going into something, but if you are in the swords energy, in the 5, you're stuck with you can't move forward until you change your mindset here. Because if you feel like there's going to be this, you can even sabotage it into that, or it could end up that way because you're paranoid about it. You know what I mean? Like, fear can really mess up things for us sometimes. And this 5 of Swords is like, at what cost, right? This is what you're afraid of. But you need to get your power back from this because it's taking this from you. It says you have forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine. So take back your power. What else advice do you have for choice B? Oh, she can come out. Advice for choice B. Oh. Number 9, don't give up on love. Ugh, that's going to make me cry. Good God. Let me get a drink of coffee. I cry over everything these days. I don't know if it's my age, my hormones. I don't know what it is. Just everything gets to me. I feel like it's my age. I mean, I'm 39, and I don't know why. I just feel like it's my age starting to get to me. I cry over all the things. Cancer. I am a Cancer, so that does not help. Number 9 is the Hermit in tarot. So it's doing some soul searching, right? But it says, don't give up on love. A relationship that you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Well, guys, there's difficulties and struggles on either side, right? Okay. Postcard from Spirit. Let's do that because this was kind of way more intense than I thought it was going to be. I didn't know what to expect with this reading, but I think I like this reading. Y'all let me know what you think about these. All the newer stuff that I ask never gets very many views, and I don't know if that's just because people don't, you know, understand like the benefits of it, of those questions. But no, we're not doing that. There's a lot of reasons, they say. There's a lot of reasons why. But these are the most helpful in your life, you know, to see as far as what you need to know. Sometimes we don't know what to ask, you know. You have a butterfly. That's pretty cool. You are magical. Dear you, there is a balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You can't have one without the other, and if you're faced with an obstacle right now, which is so funny because I saw that mountain in that one card, 2 of Wands, the best course is surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. So some of you may be seeing something as a bigger obstacle than what it is. That's why I said over here to get that playful kind of energy back to things. Now is, because that's where all of our creativity comes from. And that's how we, you know, creativity and dreaming and everything else is how we understand and decide what we want for ourselves. There has to be some sort of imagination and fun and, what pulls us in, towards things in our lives that build us in our lives, that create what we have or who we are. Getting back to that, I feel like, is important. Now is one of those times when you must trust the river of your life. Go with the flow. And in no time, you'll reach what you have your heart and your hopes set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents. When it's time for greater effort, you'll know exactly what you need to work these manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow of cycles of life, but as you develop your skills, affluence can be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust that currents and trust those currents, for we're right here with you with our little umbrella drink, smiling at your success. Love you so very much. Will you be successful in both parts of this? Yeah, I do think that you will. I think that there is an ability to be successful in both parts to this. It's just the struggles that you have to go through. You need to decide, I feel like off of what you're capable of, you feel like you're capable of going through, and what are the benefits to it versus, what's the other part of this that you'll be losing. Okay, so if that helped in any way, or if I just made no sense at all. Either way, let's get some initials to close. Look, I pulled the sword. So definitely, there's a truth here. Telling somebody the truth is important. Very important always. It's always important. It's always important. So important, man, to tell the truth. Be honest and open and communicate to someone. We can get in our heads so often, especially in relationships or other things, when we're not communicating to each other. Communication and honesty is so important here, no matter which direction that you take, right? Also, I have to say, there's something to do with you knowing the truth about something. I don't know what that means. But you have the crow here, so that's a higher perspective, or seeing all sides to the story, or something like that is there. You have a BFF, so a friend could be relevant here, or this could be a friend, that you may be signing a contract with. That might be kind of nerve-wracking. Or this could be somebody that you see as a friend and you don't want to lose that person. And then you have, a cross to bear. So there's something here that's a burden in some kind of way, but burdens aren't always burdens, right? You always have to rebuild, so you have to let things go in order to do that. So that's something that's there, but it's also a slow process, You have 2. It's about making decisions, partnerships, contracts. You have an O. 20 is there, so that's judgment. That's about taking a leap, right? You have an M or a W, a Z, a U, an S, an H, another S, an A. Sam is right there. An H and a Z. Look, you have 2 H's, 2 S's, and 2 Z's. This could be a W as well. Okay. I'm going to hold this up so y'all can see it. I'm going to let y'all just have this one. Don't forget this is an O, or it could be. Okay. All right, guys. Now I'm going to, here you are. 555 on the timer. Gosh dang it. That's a tower moment. 555 is like, it's time for change, right? So the tower comes in. I feel like if you don't make a choice here in this, then, it could happen for you. Like a tower moment comes in when we're literally sitting there in that moon and we just cannot choose which tower. And Spirit's like, well, we're going to shoot this one down. So now you don't have a choice. You know, it's something like that's going on. That's what happens when we are indecisive about things, right? They're going to get shook up somehow. And then you lose that opportunity to have done things a different way, right? Okay, so that's important for somebody to hear. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, and I hope to see you soon. Hey, pile 2. So if you chose intuition, this is going to be your reading. Okay. So obviously this all reminds me of the moon with the intuition here, and then you see this in the background. But there's a bridge here, right? Where the moon is behind it. So this could be about facing your fears here and, you know, crossing a bridge to whatever that means to you guys. We'll get more into it. But I think this is about going within, really listening to your intuition here about making this choice. And you're trying to find peace with this choice. You're trying to find peace with, this could be water under the bridge, you know, here with someone. It's just you're trying to make peace or find peace here. And for some of you may have been even avoiding someone here, or a situation, or making a choice. Okay? All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to use this deck, which I think is called the Rainbow deck. But we're going to use it, and we're going to do choice A. If you chose choice A, which would be here, and then choice B would be here. And then I'll tell you as we go how we're going to get information on that. So take a deep breath and be focusing on what it is that you really feel like you need to know about this in order to make the best decision, and any information that could really help you to choose or lean towards the direction that you need. Hold on just one second. I have to move this. Okay. I feel better about that now. All right. So, whoop, hold on. 3 of Pentacles already trying to jump out at me. Which is about working something out, you know. So, what is choice A? What does choice A bring for pile 2? The Lovers. Right off the bat. There it is. That's a card of choice itself. This could be about, now if this isn't a romantic thing for some of you, this could be having to do with, even if this is just someone around you that you have love for, or this could be choosing what it is that is, what kind of relationship you want, or deciding how to kind of meet in the middle here about something. This could be family, or this could be like trying to grow or build something. You see the tree is right between them there. This is choice A. Choosing a relationship or choosing to mend. The Lovers is a soulmate energy. It's someone that's significant, you know, obviously in your life. But it's about choices in those, and making a choice because you love someone, right? I always think about that with the Lovers, making a choice out of love. Okay. So what about choice B? It's like, I forgive somebody or the situation, water under the bridge, because I love this person, you know? So choice B, what is choice B here for pile 2? Death in reverse, repeating the old cycle. This can be like, someone is just, they're just not going to change. It's just not going to be any different, you know. There's just no reason to go this route. Your intuition, and you're even looking in this direction, But it's like there's a lot going on behind this death. There's a lot of fear behind this death in reverse. This is like somebody that you feel like that they're maybe hard to deal with, you know? Or you could be repeating another pattern here with someone. I can choose to forgive them or do this out of love, or I can just repeat another cycle here and nothing changes. There's already fear on this side. Two choices. Mend or don't do anything. Don't change anything. This is like a failure to adapt to a situation. Like things are just going to remain this way, or it is what it is kind of feeling. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So what about the upside to pile A? What's the upside here to pile A? To choose, if you choose choice A, what's the upside here? Gemini energy, Gemini and Scorpio energy here, by the way. The Lovers. Just one. Okay. Oh, nope. Still gave me two. The Knight of Wands and the Hermit. Bless you, George. Goodness. I don't hear him sneeze like that very often. Virgo energy here with the Knight of Wands. See how they're both moving along? Someone's on his back pushing him, right? He's like, now, I need to do some introspection here, and you got somebody on your back just pushing you. This may have to do with it's pushing you to, this choice here is pushing you to do more introspection about yourself or more understanding within yourself that you didn't have before. Pushes you to be a better person, you know. The Hermit here is, it's someone that, well, he's going within to search for the answers, and you have intuition here. I think you're feeling rushed in some way. You may also be, the upside to this is like slowing down, and I don't know what that means, but you have a Knight of Wands here, so this is a very fiery energy, very fast-moving energy, and this is like slowing down. So there's something to do with this being an upside, you know, slowing down, maybe thinking so much or analyzing everything. It's funny too, because I say that, but I do feel like somebody's on your back. But it's coming across as an upside, so that's why it's throwing me off. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries there. You have the ability to walk away from something if you need to. That's the upside here, I guess, with this. You don't have to interact. You can get the time that you need here with this. Let's see. What is about choice B? This is like, this has to do with work. This is like, you can slow down finally, you know? This may even be like working from home even for some of you. Doing a hobby or doing something that you love and turn it into a business. That could be something that's there. Okay, on to Death in reverse. Death in reverse. What's the upside of death in reverse? Oh, already wanting to come out. 2 of Wands. Okay. What's the upside to the death in reverse? 2 of Wands. 10 of Cups. This may be family here, right? Because I talked about that. It could be that, you know, this is like, well, I mean, they're family. You know, this can also be helping someone out in the family with the 2 of Wands. He looks like he's headed towards them, though, right? This may be a choice having to do with starting a family. Like, you don't want to repeat, like, another cycle here, you know, like, this can be like, I'm already a certain age or something like that, and I don't know if I'm ready to take this on. Something like that could be there. You know, like, I don't know if this is the best choice for me. But this is supposed to be the good side. So the good thing to this is that it's something that will bring a lot of emotional fulfillment here for you. Give me another card for that. Yeah, King of Pentacles and Judgment in reverse. Don't blame the past on your future. I don't know what that means. I had to say it. Don't blame the past on your future. I don't know what that means, guys, but it just keeps playing in my head. It could be halting your judgment. Looking at how a situation has happened in the past could be halting your judgment here at how you can see this situation moving forward. Just a side message, I guess. This is also like, this 2 of Wands is moving towards someone that you can, that's like, someone that's always been there, right? There's someone that's always been there. Maybe even someone you look up to. This could even be like a father figure, by the way. Or a long-term partner, right? And this could have to do with moving. Having to repeat an old cycle is something that's here, and it has family involved somehow in making a choice. It's a choice, though, and this is the upside to this. Making this choice will bring overall more stability, especially if it comes to family. And eventually, you know, you will get back to this emotional fulfillment that's here. But I think that if you're thinking that I feel like if you think that you're going to make the wrong decision, that you will. So I don't even know what that means. I feel like I'm coding this reading. Scorpio energy here again in Capricorn. Judgment in reverse is accepting that you made some sort of bad judgment call in the past. Could be something that's here. Maybe where you blamed others or you blamed the outside in some kind of way. Accepting something here. Accepting that what part you played in something or how something played out is important too as well. In order to get to this, you know, happiness. It's like you can get back to this point is what this side is saying. This is the upside. You can get back to this point here, this 10 of Cups. But you have to, and you have options, you know, you have choices moving forward. You have the control at how something plays out here. You're just having to repeat a cycle that you don't want to repeat in order to get to it. You may even be having to keep something to yourself, you know, or swallow your pride in some way, or take a chance on something not changing. But if you kind of stay in control, you'll get back to this stability. Don't call judgment on this yet. That's what they're saying here is until you test the water. Huh, okay. Anyway, got right into advice over there. Let's see what as far as the lovers go. The upside to this is that there's something that's here that it may bring you a lot of pleasure on this side. You know, a lot of excitement or pleasure, but it gives you a lot more to, it gives you a lot more, like a lot more to think about, or it's deeper. You know, it's a lot deeper. Okay. I don't even know how this is coming out, guys. I'm having a hard time staying with what I'm saying. So the downside to choice A here with the lovers. What's the downside? The Page of Pentacles in reverse. You have to put something else on hold, or if this is a child or something like that, it could be, this is like procrastinating moving forward with something. This is the downside. You may not get something here. This is the downside. The downside here is this is just some sort of distraction perhaps, or it could be. It could distract you. That's something that's here. That's the downside. This is something that could distract you. What else? What's the downside here? The Six of Wands. Recognition or being out in the open, or this is a downside, which is strange because it's not a downside card. But this is Leo energy here. Something to do with pride may be important. Having to set aside your pride, because you have the Page of Pentacles that's here in reverse. Having to set aside your pride or your ego is here. That's the downside. It's also like having to recognize that just left me. That's so weird. It was right there. Huh, maybe it'll come back to me. That's crazy. It just came and went. It might have to do with your pride, with something being out in the open, or give me one for that Page of Pentacles. The Fool. There's an innocent here. There's something innocent here. This can be like swallowing your pride to have a new beginning, with the Fool. Because I said swallowing your pride, and then you have the Fool here. So it's like, I mean, being a fool here, taking a risk and swallowing your pride, this is the downside of it. Procrastinating some sort of new beginning is also here in order to be successful. You have Aries energy there. Okay, so let's see what choice B. Choice B. Tell me about choice B. What is the downside to choice B? What's the downside over here to choice B? 5 of Wands in the reverse. Parting ways. The Empress in reverse. The downside to this is you'll have to separate or part ways here from someone. This can be, yeah. This can also just look like, this can be a feminine figure in your life that you look up to. But this is like something not growing, right? So what's the downside to this is that there may be, again, like we talked about here, someone that doesn't really, you don't really gain anything from this experience other than that 10 of Cups and control over, I don't know, family, or control over your own emotional fulfillment, like what you can gain, because that King of Pentacles is right on top of that. Five of Wands is like getting rid of the confusion about something. 5 of Wands in the reverse. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. The downside to this is you have to let go of something here. What is the Empress in reverse? The 4 of Cups in reverse. This is choosing, I feel like choosing yourself, or choosing to not invest in something or not grow something. Or someone else could be that way. And this is like, if you're around someone that could be kind of smothering or something like that, you know, kind of on top of you about everything, well then the 4 of Cups is like having this sudden awareness or accepting this in some kind of way. Accepting someone and the, for how they are. It's the Empress in reverse. So the downside to this is accepting someone for how they are. This 2 of Pentacles in reverse is like, there may have been some conflict here with this 5 of Wands. But, I mean, this is like where you're respecting each other's differences. We're not choosing the same direction, or we're not the same, or something like that. The downside here, I mean, it could go this way. It could go with parting ways. But the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, it's like this person may be inflexible here, and that's something that you have to deal with. Or you could just have to respect someone else's differences and how they, differences of opinion. I don't know why I didn't say that in the beginning. You have to just respect someone else's differences of opinion here, and this is all about just accepting someone for who they are, or what they see, right? Or their opinion. This is the downside. I feel like this is family. I feel like this is family. Look, if you disagree here with somebody, you just have to respect that, you know, you don't agree with maybe how they handle things or how they deal with things or something like that. And yeah. Just repeating. This is how you'd repeat another cycle here. But here tells a different story. Tell me about the Fool, the Three of Cups. This is taking a leap towards, this could be new connections or reuniting here with someone. Getting together here with someone. Maybe even taking a chance on dating someone. What's the Six of Wands? The Six of Swords. The downside here is that there's some sort of transition. The transition of, I guess, being out in the open or putting yourself out there. You know, that could be it. Maybe that's why somebody's on your back here. They're like, get yourself out of there. You've been thinking or introspection long enough. You need to go date. You know, something like that is there. And you're like, I don't want to do this. I'm tired of this, you know. That Six of Swords is a transition, and it's transitioning into something successful, and it's coming up as a downside. So you're seeing this as, you know, a lot to take on in order for things to be successful. That's why you've been procrastinating here. For here, I feel like you're repeating another cycle here with someone that you have to accept in a certain kind of way. This is like trying something again, even though you feel intuitively like it's not going to work, or it's just going to repeat. It's just going to be like a similar situation that you experience with this person. There's some sort of stability already here and control in making that decision. Ultimately, you see it as someone that is emotionally fulfilling for you in some kind of way, whether that's family or it's just you've had a relationship here, or this could be, you know, this could even be kids or something like that. And that's why you've been kind of holding off on making some kind of judgment call here about taking this path. And there's something to do with other outside influences, other people's opinion that's here as well, or blaming others, you know, for a situation. Moving in towards something, knowing that this doesn't have to be a final judgment call here. You know, you're just kind of trying something out again. It doesn't have to be a final judgment call. But I think that the upside here is that you're in control of the decisions, the way something plays out. And then the downside, I think this may be someone else, you know, or not you. This is like someone else that's in the energy as the downside. Someone that's conflicted about the decisions that you're making. They may even make you reevaluate or think about them, as in maybe what you are and what you will and won't accept. You know, something like that is there. You may not be seeing the best side to someone. The downside is you have to kind of accept that in some way, because there's something to do with decisions that were made here. Because that Two of Pentacles in reverse can look like, okay, that was not a great decision. And it could have happened within a disagreement, conflict, competition, something like that. Maybe somebody had no other choice but to choose themselves here, and that's, you don't have any control over them or over that and what they decide. That's the downside here. Okay, let's see. Anything else that I'm missing on this side over here for choice A? Is there anything at all that I could be missing here for choice A? Anything that I'm missing here at all for choice A? The Eight of Wands in reverse. Slow down, slow down. Slow down. Or there may be some sort of delay here on this side, or this is like saying, you know, you have to open the lines of communication. But this can also be being frustrated too, you know, like being frustrated because something is taking too long or something is going too quickly. Give me a card for that. You may have been procrastinating taking a chance on a connection here. Like getting, this is about being in an emotionally, feeling emotionally safe with someone. You know, you may have been procrastinating taking that risk. This has been a downside, I guess, here with this choice. Or this, you know, that will be. If you procrastinate here. Because someone can, I mean, this is like waiting too long and then someone moving to have success elsewhere, you know? So, that's something that's there. I don't know why that had to be said, but the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Moon. Oh, don't let your fears keep you from communicating your needs as well. Pisces, Cancer energies there. This is being afraid to communicate. Being afraid to take action. Don't let that hold you. This is the thing on this side here. And that may be why the procrastination's taking the time that it is, because you're afraid to, there is, let me say, I don't want to say it like that, like you're afraid. I don't think you're afraid. I think that there is, well, yeah, there is fear here, but it's coming in a way of yourself and the courage that you have within yourself to take something on. You know? Because you're actually stepping into a place of the unknown. Don't get frustrated with the waiting. I don't know why I want to say that. I don't know what that means. You may have been just resisting a change here on this side because you've been just sitting there because you've been worried about what you don't know or can't see. So anything that I'm missing here on anything that I'm missing here for choice B? Get in there. I should have took it. Anything I'm missing here for, okay. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Who's this? Something to do with honesty here. Cutting someone off or out. Perhaps. But it doesn't have to be that. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Someone that maybe that you have to deal with that's overly emotional. Maybe they're just not learning from their past. You know, that's something that's there. Maybe when it comes to communication or their logic. Why are you showing me this? This may be something that you're worried about. Why are you showing me this? Like, what is this person going to say? Or there's no, it's like she can just get her sword out and just start waving it around and hurt anybody, you know? It's like that kind of thing. They're unpredictable in some way. That vision in my head is kind of funny. That's why they gave her a feather instead of a sword. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's a Libra card. I'm Libra, so I get it, you know. We get trapped in our heads. So I'm a Libra moon, so my intuition is based off of like this idea, and you can get so stuck and trapped on this at times we look at everything in the best way of right and wrong and reason, right? And that can get you into trouble sometimes, because especially when you're looking to make a decision or do anything, or really grasp on what is your intuition and what a fear is, because logically both of them make sense, right? So you kind of fight with that back and forth. It's like being able to see two sides to the story, and the best and the worst of it. And well, that makes it really hard to make a decision, because you can make sense of your intuition and you can make sense that something is a fear. So neither makes sense. It's where your mind just kind of gets, that's what anxiety is. It's like your mind just kind of gets carried away with itself. Why is the Queen of Swords in the reverse? And you may be afraid of dealing with something like this. The Force. There's the Four of Swords in reverse, which is basically what I just got done explaining. There's also a fear of you just you don't understand someone, or you're afraid they just will never understand you. It's just, this is a restless energy. The Four of Swords in reverse. Anything else? The Nine of Swords. Good Lord. I mean, that is definitely it. That is definitely it. Oh, and the Three of Swords is here too. So something's happened here, or there's been pain that's been caused, or there's the Queen of Wands. Did you hurt somebody's... Okay, guys. How am I going to say this? Sagittarius energy for me. It's like when you hurt the Queen of Wands, you hurt her pride, you hurt her security in herself, right? And this could also be someone else that's attached to this in some way. Yeah, the Seven of Wands. There's a defensiveness around this. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. I'll be going and going. There's been some pain that's been caused here. Someone's pride was hurt. Someone's ego was hurt. There's insecurities that are coming out with that for this person, and it's causing them to be very anxious. And you may be wondering, like, how do you deal with that? Because the Nine of Swords is here. And this could be you. Like, how do I deal with this? Because I'm so anxious here. You may have someone here that you feel like is right for you, but you feel like you could have ultimate fulfillment with, right? But you just can't, you can't make a judgment call about that person. That whole thing just came out. I have to see it. Knight of Wands in reverse. That's what I'm trying to say here. This person may be somewhat reckless. You can't make a quite judgment call here about this person. Yep. Like the sword, just throwing the sword in the air, right? And it's like, whoa, that's sharp. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Yeah, the Two of Swords, about decisions, about making the wrong decision. You know, lots of anxiety about making the wrong decision. Like this person or you, maybe both of you, I don't know, repeating a cycle here. There's a lot of this person gets in their head a lot, and there may be a lot of reaction from this person with that when that happens. Where, see, they let their fears control their decisions. Yeah. How are you supposed to handle that? This person may say things to you even that are like, well, that was harsh. Because they let their fears kind of control their communication or their decisions, like how they react to things even. Yeah, the Six of Cups is here with the Ten of Swords. This person is afraid of losing you. This person has, okay, I don't know what's going on here. This could be a child here even, for some of you. This is someone that you've been around for a long time, been in your life for a long time. Like I said, this could be family or child. Somebody you've known or you just feel this way with. And this is soulmate energy, the Six of Cups. You have a past here with this person. You may have a painful past here with this person, with that Ten of Swords. But they are terrified of losing you, I feel like. I don't know. I think they're focused on the pain here. Pain of losing someone in their life, or the pain of losing something. It's weird because I feel abandonment here, even though we don't have the Five of Pentacles. This person may have been betrayed as a child or abandoned as a child or something like that. If this is someone that this is like family, it could be that you went through, or this is like a bond that you share, like you went through something horrific together with that Ten of Swords. And so this can be a level of wanting to protect a relationship. But they're doing it out of love in a way, but they're so terrified of losing it that they act or say or do things that actually push you away. So that's deep. And I stuck on that for way too long. Let's see. The overall advice here is. What is the overall advice? What's the overall advice here? It's the bottom of the deck. Overall advice here for Paul. Two of Cups. Wow. Well, there's a partnership here. Relationship. This is about building trust. This is about counting on each other. Connecting to each other. It's the best feeling. It's about being, there being a deep connection that's here in the Nine of Cups. With that Temperance and the Devil. Calm your fears. Take action here and calm your fears here. Capricorn and Sagittarius energy. Take action and calm your fears here, and you will get what it is that you want from this. You will get this Nine of Cups and Two of Cups. But you have to get your mindset right here. That it's capable. That whatever you choose is the best choice for you. And that whatever you're choosing is going to bring you peace. That's how you really base your decision. What do you feel like would be the most peaceful situation for you, or what do you feel like would be the best for you in the long term, in the long run? Interesting. Okay, let's get an overall card for advice on pile 2 with choice A. What's the overall advice for choice A? Overall advice for choice A. And we have, it's almost over. Number 16. You may be running out of time here about this one. Because, you see, the horse is on his back. I don't know if you're pushing someone away or if you're, I don't know, something like that's going on. This is the Tower moment. I just said this to the other pile. If a Tower moment takes place, it's because you're lacking to make that move or make a decision. It's like the universe comes in. If you're in that Hermit energy for too long and they send something to speed you up, push you on your way. So something like that could happen for you guys. It says your current challenges will soon be resolved and you'll be able to look at the future with a smile. So whatever this is here, something's going to come in perhaps to push you towards, this Eight of Wands, moving forward, taking the initiative, taking the leap. And basically, let's just say this. It's like somebody's pushing you to the edge, right? And you have the opportunity to either jump or get pushed. But either way, you're getting pushed into something here. It's going to kind of rock you a little bit, but whatever happens, it's happening because it needs to. Maybe you just took too long. But whatever this is, it's going to be resolved here for you through this experience. It just may be a harder experience to go through, but it's going to get to the place that you're wanting. Okay. You're just taking a harder route to get there. That's all. Because you're at a standstill or you are procrastinating. Okay. So what is the advice for choice D over here? What's the advice? Yes, you are correct. Number 38. You have listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. Keep moving forward. So if you make this choice here, you're going to feel like you did a good job, like you made the right choice. You're going to feel good about yourself, at least. I don't know what the situation is here, but at the end of this, I feel like no matter what, here, you're going to feel like that, okay, well, I did what I needed to do, kind of feeling there, right? So neither choice is a bad choice. It just depends on what you want and the experience that you want to have through it and how you really want to feel coming out of it. You're going to reach some kind of success here, but it's going to take maybe a tower moment or a push to kind of do that, and that's might be a little bit uncomfortable. But you'll be able to look towards your future with a smile on your face, right? But here is where you may have more, you may have a better understanding of this choice and why it may be a wiser choice, as far as some sort of lesson that's learned here from this, and something that creates a better understanding or awareness within yourself, so that you have the opportunity to move forward and be happy. So here it's like just a bigger challenge. Here it's just a larger lesson, but it will benefit you greatly. So that's hard, huh? Isn't it? Did I make it any easier for you guys, or did I make it harder for you guys? Let's see if we can get a postcard from Spirit to wrap that up, and then we'll get some initials. There's a lot that came out in this reading here. Something here you may be right about. Like, it may go the way in kind of a way that you thought. But I mean, you're going to be happy about it here. Just listen to your inner guidance as you go through this and be wise about what choices that you make, right? And, you're going to feel good about it. But you have two cards that came out, and I guess I'm going to take both of them because maybe it's one choice or the other. With love, here we go. Dearest you, you bet you must be exhausted some days. We bet you must be exhausted some days. Giving as much as you do, sharing your energy so beautifully in service for your highest good, can leave you feeling depleted, like an empty well. If it feels as if there's no more water for you, the good news is that we have a plan. Today, so sorry guys, making sure somebody was not at my door. So if it feels as if there's no more water for you, the good news is that we have a plan. Today, go take a relaxing bath. Book a massage or read a novel. Buy yourself flowers or plant some in your garden. Make time for self-care, not more work on yourself. By tending to yourself now, you are reminded to do so more often. and be sure to use the word that might have caused you anxiety in the past. It's something that's there, but is essential for your well-being now. No. Say it with us. No, thank you. No, I can't. You do not have to explain. Just say no, gently but firmly, and then go for a soak. Life will wait for you to bring yourself back to center, replenished, and ready for more adventure. We love you so very much. I feel like this may be on this side just because it talks about kind of doing what's best for yourself here, kind of relaxing, kind of taking a break. So if this is you and all this anxiety, that's definitely something that's there, trying to do that. And then also remembering you are in control with whatever this is, and you have the ability to be able to say no, say you can't, say, you know, stand up to yourself, for yourself here, and where your boundaries are. I think that's important, because otherwise someone could just take advantage of the situation, right? Especially if it's someone's really in their head about something, and they won't be dealing with that internally. They'll become dependent on you for that. So if you keep telling them yes, start to put some boundaries up, okay? All right, leaving that there. Okay, and this one says, you are a divine beauty. Dear you. The simple yet powerful law of cause and effects means that everything is in relationship. Every action on earth has a consequence. And even in the spirit world, there are consequences for every action taken on your behalf. This is what I was talking about the spirit will kind of push, the universe will kind of push you, right? Right now, you're facing conditions that were set into motion by past decisions. Consequences are coming into being in your favor. But they will remind you that making good choices and listening to your intuition pay off. If some things are a little off and uncertain, know that whatever you're facing, you can step beyond it just by using your imagination and acting on that, instead of reacting to what is being presented. Everything you think and do has far-reaching reverberations in the web of life. Move towards higher ground and have faith that what goes around comes around. The universe is always self-correcting anyway. Isn't that amazing? How we adore you. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave y'all with that. And let's get some initials. Y'all's was a long reading. Long reading. Longer than normal for me, which is a lot. Pretty bad. Okay. Oh, y'all have the rainbow tarot, and you have the rainbow in the bowl. That's pretty cool. You also have the sun and the Scorpio energy and Leo energy there with the sun. And the stars Aquarius. Okay? So transformation and being successful with some sort of goal or wish or dream that you have is something that's in the bowl for you. But you have to step outside of your shell in order to make the changes take place that need to happen. So that brings me to the rainbow. Maybe you're needing to focus on that internal part of you that pulls out your truest, most authentic self, your most innocent self. I feel like that's important here with this. And go with the flow with whatever you feel like brings you the most happiness here. What would make you happy at the end of the day, ultimately? If everything fell into place exactly like you wanted to with this decision versus this decision, what does that look like, and how does that feel when you get to that point of what it looks like? How good does it make you feel? Right? What are the feelings that come up? Go with the flow of what makes you ultimately at peace. Not just happiness, but you feel at peace. Okay. We have H and I. Hi. Maybe you're needing to communicate here with someone. We have a Z, an A, an N, a M or a W, and another N. I heard Aaron in my head. A to Z is here. Remember, this can be an M. Tomorrow is something I just heard in my head. Don't hinder on something. I don't know why I need to say that, but there's something here it's saying don't hinder on it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave you here. So thanks for being here. Thanks for all your love and support. And please, if you don't mind hitting that like button if you'll enjoy this reading. It really helps me out a lot. I appreciate you. And thank you so much. Good luck, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, pile 3. So I can already tell pile 3, for some reason, I like y'all's energy. The reason is because, first off, when I saw this card, and as soon as I laid it down, the first thing that came to mind is that some of y'all may be thinking about changing your hair. And it may be a big difference from what you're used to. You see all these butterflies here. And it's almost like she looked like she was snapping her fingers. So I was thinking just like a quick change or something like comes to you suddenly and you think about it. I don't know why. I feel like that's something that you should lean more towards, because now I hate to... This is only if you've been thinking about this, because you have 6 butterflies that are here that you can see. And this may be something that you may be very successful with this. This may be something that may change you in some kind of way. Something that you need, I feel like, maybe even. Maybe you need a change. It may not be your hair. It may be just something you've wanted, you know. But there's this surrender here with this. And then the other thing is that the song Looking for Love just started playing in my head, which is a song I sing all the time. So much so that I think my oldest sometimes accidentally starts singing it, and he's like, ugh, why can't you get a different song? And sometimes he'll say, sing something else. And I'll have to come up with something on the fly. But it's one of my most favorite songs. And it came to mind whenever I first saw this card, and I don't know why I sang it. It kind of put me in a better mood, but maybe that's important to you too. Maybe you should listen to music to put your vibration a little bit higher from where it is. You know, maybe you should really step into like being more of a free spirit here, and allowing yourself to play out this innocence or this inner child that you have. You know, your inner child here, I feel like for a lot of you, wants to come out and play. So surrender here could be, maybe you're having to surrender something over in order to get there, in order to do that. It could be that you're surrendering something here that could lead to feeling a certain kind of way. So whether or not to go in that direction, or maybe stay grounded. You could be letting go of something. This could be your final, you know, this is your question is, should I just let this situation go? Okay, so let's see if we can get a accurate answer for you. And I'm actually going to use this deck. Now, this deck here, guys, was the whole point of this reading. Why I chose this reading. Well, one of the reasons. But this was here. This deck, it's been sitting on my desk for a while. I used it for personal reading, and then I just couldn't put it up. And I finally did put it up, and I was like, nope, it needs to get back out. So this is something that you may have been contemplating for a long time, but there was things that you needed to really understand about the situation before you could ultimately make that decision for surrender, right? So that time of introspection was needed. It was definitely not time wasted. Okay, something you need to know. So we're going to do this in a way of question A is here, question B is here, okay? So we're going to first look at the choices at hand. So what does choice, I said question, but y'all got it. Really kind of a question. What about choice A? What is choice A here when it comes to surrender for pile 3? What is choice A? So close your eyes and kind of take a deep breath and be thinking about what you need to know when it comes to this decision, okay? When it comes to this path. Anything that you feel like would be like a deal breaker for you, or That's exactly what I needed to know to make the right decision. You know, something like that even, that could help you in this reading. Okay, so here we go. Pile 3. What's their choice A for pile 3? The Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is putting something off a little bit longer. That right there, procrastinating something. Waiting. Maybe not sending a message. Maybe not offering something. Maybe not having a new beginning. Just waiting just a little bit longer. This is all about procrastinating. So this choice here, you procrastinate. Surrendering, right? So let's see what choice, I mean, obviously I can tell what choice B would probably be, but let's take a look here. Choice B. What is choice B here? What is choice B? What's choice B here? Okay. The Magician. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there you go. Virgo, Gemini energy there. The Magician. This is using the tools and everything it is that you've learned from this lesson and start something new. Move forward. So here you're procrastinating, and here you're starting over, you know. Using what you've learned from this as a lesson, as an experience, and moving forward, trying to manifest something new. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay in this position I'm in and just procrastinate a little bit? Or should I try to manifest something new here for myself? So what's the upside to choice A? What's the upside here? What's the good part when it comes to the Page of Pentacles in the reverse? The Devil. That's very interesting. You won't have to let go of something that you're attached to. I mean, if you procrastinate, you won't have to let go of whatever this is that you're attached to. And you may have more time to work through some fears. I mean, that's there too. I just heard "make fear your bitch" in my head just because of this card. Sorry. I have to say that as it's there. That's Capricorn energy. It's like I could stay here longer and continue to work through something, you know? Because there's an attachment that's here to this. It's like, almost like there's a part of this where you feel like may not be good for you or it's not the best thing for you, right? But you're having a hard time letting go of it. The upside is to that. I mean, I think that you'll become stronger because of that. And at least in the decisions that you make. Give me a card for the Capricorn. Sorry, guys. The Devil. The Fool. You'll get to start over here. Like, the Fool is like the honeymoon stage of something as well. So you'll get to go through this. You know, this is very lustful here too. This is like, blinded by this. Blinded by this attachment here. This can be also something that keeps you stuck from being able to, I mean, it's supposed to be the upside of something, so you may feel more stuck here, but in this process, you're also allowing yourself, I mean, you're being open to what you're learning in this process. This is like saying, I'm not ready. I need to learn more. Like I still have a lesson here. So overall, if this is a bigger karmic thing that you're surrendering, if you procrastinate or if you hold back, you're still able to feed off of what it is that it makes you feel good here. I mean, that's the upside. But it is most definitely going to be the harder way around things, because you're facing the devil with open arms. Did y'all see that? That's literally what that looks like, right? Okay. There's naivety that's here, right? There's definitely a big lesson there. You know what's hard about that? The harder lessons are always, if we can come out on the other side of it, it's always makes us the better person. You know? If we can come over those obstacles, we learn so much about ourselves and how we deal with life and situations and everything else. It makes life easier on us. It's like taking a hard test and just getting it over with so you can get that. And I wouldn't recommend that, of course. But I'm just trying to describe meeting the devil with open arms here. It's like you know that this is something that may not be good for you, but it is, and it's very indulging, right? And it's could be lustful. It could be you're very attracted to someone or something. You know, that's all there. Okay. Huh. Facing the devil with open arms. Could be temptation even. Okay. Choice B with the Magician. What's the upside here for choice B? The Tower in reverse. Well, being able to put yourself back together. You know, you have all the tools you need here to put everything back together. But look, he's still looking over here. And he's walking away with the tower burning in the background. This is Scorpio energy. Here, all major arcana that's out besides that Page of Pentacles, which is like that new beginning that you're procrastinating. The offer that you're procrastinating. This is could be walking away from something that may not be serving to you, you know, like we talked about, that may just be destructive in some sort of way, or maybe very chaotic. It may be a tough situation, you know, and the upside to this side, this choice, is that you won't have to go through that. What lesson do you want to learn? It's just like, tell me more here. Tell me more, tell me more. And you have an Empress. You know why you don't go through this? It's because you're an Empress. You don't need to go through that. It's like, you know what? That's non-fixable. I'll put that back together if I tried. So I'm just going to take my pride, my dignity, and my value and my worth, and I'm going to sit over here and be abundant on my own. It's that kind of energy that's there. You have Libra and Taurus that's here. This is a funny storyline that it's coming out. Some of you feel like you still need to learn some things, and you may choose this route, because if you do, I'm telling you, there's definitely things that you need to learn, and I do feel like that's going to be beneficial for you overall. And then you have this over here where it's like you're stepping away from something because you know you're worth more than that. Some of you may already have went through this situation, and now you're more this choice, but you're still in the middle. And the Empress is this surrender, for sure. Look, she's even got her, I don't know, she just looks similar to me for some reason. She has her shoulders out, too. This is something like pride, you know, that's here. Taking pride in yourself. Feeling good about yourself here. This is that surrender. And it's going to be different for both of you. And there's no wrong choice, right? Because whatever you choose, again, there's some lesson that's there that's meant to be learned. Okay. If you're meant to learn it, you're going to learn it one way or another. So let's see what the downside is when it comes to what's the downside here for you if you choose choice A and procrastinate this new beginning. Justice. Justice in reverse. Libra energy. I mean, guys, I feel like this is a no-brainer. I mean, I don't know how to put it, but again, some of you may need to learn this side. You may need this experience in order to get you to the place that you really want to be, or meet that person that really aligns with you. You know, somebody that meets you on the same vibrational level. And some of you may have to go through an experience here just to understand what that is. And there's definitely no shame in that at all. Sometimes we have to go through experiences just so we can say we know what would happen, you know, or we tried. Justice here in reverse, though, I feel like the downside here is that you're going to have to sacrifice a lot. There's unfairness that's going on here. There's not an equal give and take that's here. There could be dishonesty that's here. There could be like somebody not taking accountability. So this is the downside to this. Pile B. What is the downside here to pile B? Choice B. What's the downside here? The Queen of Swords. Well, I mean, she's kind of a badass. I don't know that I would say that's too much of a downside. But you're the ruler of your own heart here, right? The Queen of Swords. She has that crown that has that little heart on it. And it's like, the downside here is you may become very independent. And, you know, and that's fine if you are someone that is really independent, but sometimes when you're in a place to where you remain very independent for a long period of time, it's really hard to adapt to anyone else coming around, and you can come across as more of a colder energy if in relationships and how you choose partners and connections, if you're in a place to where you're just comfortable on your own, you know, because you have to go through uncomfortability when someone new is a part of your life. And if you're very independent, this may be a lot harder for you, because this may put you in a place to you're really feeling good about yourself and about the decision that you made here. But don't let it make you cold either, right? Don't let it make your heart feel like where you are protecting your heart at all cost and nothing's going to happen to it. You know what I mean? Or you're standing your ground. Just don't let this get the best of you, because this is a really good feeling, right? Being the Queen of Swords, because you're intelligent, you're sharp, you know what you want, you know, you have some kind of power and control within yourself. You can see things clearly. You feel secure and safe, right? But it can also keep everything away from you as well that could be giving you some emotional support or some happiness here in your life. So that could be the downside here to this. It's interesting. Also, this could be somewhat communication with someone, and could be the downside. Maybe communicating to someone could be the downside. Can you give me a card for that? Yeah, the Hanged Man. This is Pisces energy. Maybe communicating your perspective or what it is that you're wanting here. Maybe putting something on pause here. This is the downside of things for you. Interesting. Okay, so what is it? Now this is choice B here. This more procrastinating kind of energy here. What do you need to do to change how this plays out for the best? What do you need to do here to make this play out for your highest good here? What do you need to do to make this play out for your highest good? What do you need to change? Ooh, okay, well, I guess I'll take these because they fell out. Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Lovers. Wow. Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Gemini energy, Capricorn. This is what you need to change. You need to become more stable, more reliable when it comes to maybe your career. Maybe change, for some of you, this has to do with maybe changing your career even. The Eight of Pentacles is putting forth the work. So I feel like this is something that's going to take some time, something that you're really going to have to nurture, you know, and put in some work here on this relationship. There's something else behind that, though. What is it? The Two of Pentacles. You're going to have to prioritize this relationship. This relationship here, guys, will take priority for you for a while. 8, 9, 10 Pentacles there. It's going to take a long time for this relationship to become something solid. And it's going to take a lot of work. And you may have to, you may even have to put some of your needs on the back burner here in order to get to that point. Yeah. Like this is also like, you need to make sure that you're prioritizing. Make sure, this is advice, okay? Make sure that you're prioritizing other relationships in your life if you choose this route. It's very important. Don't isolate yourself here. Because if you isolate yourself in this situation, you could find yourself in a really difficult situation. Make sure that you're maintaining other relationships in your life. It's important to prioritize other people, to continue to work on those relationships as well. Just because I do feel like that you're taking a more difficult route here, because you're having to give more to this situation here than really what you need to be in order to kind of work something out. So it's important to balance that out with other relationships in your life that give to you. If this is the route you're choosing to take. Okay, keep that in mind. It's very important, I feel. Okay, what about choice B? What do you need to change in order to play out choice B? What do you need to change here to help you play out choice B? The Five of Swords. You may be very kind of conflicted with yourself. There may be some fighting here. The feeling that you're betraying someone in some kind of way, you need to let go of that. I don't know if that's everybody's message, but this is like, at what cost, you know, is this card? And you see the fighting here, and you see the kids, and you see the happy photo of them here, but that's just, see what kids see when they see this? I grew up in this. This is my childhood right here. Way worse, though. This is what kids see, you know. And in this picture, it's a great pictation of it, actually, because of that picture on the wall. When we are little like that, and we see one thing, and you know, when you take a picture and they're like, smile, say cheese, you know, it's not real in that picture in that moment. You could feel anyway and take a good picture. But this is what is on the wall. This is what's represented. This is what's almost kind of like expected. And it's kind of turns into some sort of illusion to a child where this is what they experience most of the time. And at what cost, right? What's so important here over this? To lose the innocence that they have, that this is a possibility. And for some of you, this may be something, you know, what needs to change. It could be that, could be the, you know, arguing here with someone. But this could also be like, this could be a trauma wound that you have that you need to let go of. With this back and forth, maybe back and forth blame, or back and forth conflict here, pointing the finger here even in some kind of way. I think there's something to do with having to do what you be. I mean, this is a mother energy too. For some of you, this has to do with like, do what you need to do as a mother, and a nurturer, and a protector, and a guider, you know. And maybe not argue, or not fight, or not, you know, be careful what your kids see. That's something that's there. Whoa. The Chariot is here. Even if you've made mistakes here in the past when it comes to stuff like this, know that all things can change. And there's always good lessons behind those things. So maybe this is what you need to let go of. You know, this may be an idea that you carry as a wound from being a child of how a relationship is. This could also represent, you know, being confused or conflicted about, you know, what's for your highest good, or walking away from something that you feel like is unfair or unjust in some kind of way, but doing it because you also know that it's for your highest good. And having faith that there won't, you know, this is not something that's going to be permanent. It's a 5. 5's change. Even if like you're getting, let's just say you're getting divorced and you're fighting with your ex, you know, about everything. Understanding that that's just something simple. I heard a quote the other day. Gosh, it stuck with me, and it was from Cher. Yeah, and she said, if it doesn't matter in 5 years from now, then it doesn't matter. And I was like, whoa. What is your timeline on this, right? If it doesn't matter, 2 years from now, then it doesn't matter. So where is your timeline here with this, I feel like? When it comes to being conflicted and what's for your highest good and the thought process that goes through that, think about that. And it's funny too because it's 5 swords. Think about that. If it's something small too, so if you're blaming yourself for some kind of impact that you had, realize that it may not, it's what you do from here on out that's going to be the better, take the highest impact of things. What you do from here on out, you know, you can make a bad decision. You can make a bad judgment call and completely redeem yourself with how you handle that moving forward. So this has to do with how you handle something moving forward from here on out. Okay. Okay. Whew, that went way further than I thought. These have been some long readings. Let's see what the overall advice is, okay? The Six of Pentacles. Equal give and take. Equal give and take is so important. The Ace of Wands in reverse, the Six of Swords in reverse. Some of you aren't quite ready to let the idea of something go. Here's your Emperor in reverse, by the way. This is someone that may betrayed your trust. You have a Seven of Wands here in the background of this. Just climbing out the window there. This is someone that may have betrayed your trust. They could have manipulated you. They could have took advantage of you. It's just like the Emperor is just, when it's somebody that they took, maybe used you or took control. Took advantage is something that just keeps coming to mind. Took advantage of the circumstances. They were playing games here with you even. They were keeping stuff or hiding something here for you. And you're trying to see the best in the situation of this person. You have that Four of Cups there, but you're having to accept this situation here, or accept this person for who they are. But you're still carrying emotional baggage here from this, that Six of Swords in reverse. And that Ace of Wands there in reverse is, it's like, well, I mean, it could be rejecting that, losing the spark here even, to want to give to something. I think that's a big part of this too that you may not be seeing fully. One of you in this connection could need more stability while the other is needing more emotional support. And I mean, this is about losing the spark. You know, you've kind of lost direction here in things. So as far as overall advice, make sure with the Six of Pentacles that something is giving to you equally, you know? Make sure that something really changes. Or could or can. Focus on that. What does this situation give to me? What does it give to me? More importantly, what is my moral around that? What is most important to me in my life? That's where you need to start. And then ask, am I getting that from this? Am I getting that from this? Then go from there. And the reason I'm saying this here, and it's pretty crazy if you look at these cards, guys. You have the butterflies here that are all, you know, coming up. 2, 4, 6. You have the pentacles here that are coming up out of her container, 2, 4, 6. And then you have the hearts here that are coming up out of her container, 2, 4, 6. But then you have a bunch of little hearts here as well. So some of you may be giving emotionally too much of yourself of a situation. And that's part of what you need to kind of surrender. Pull back a little bit of your independence there. Don't overgive of yourself. And only you know how much that is. Nobody else can tell you that. Only you know that. You can get advice, but everybody's seeing the world through their perception of their experiences and what they've learned themselves. Sometimes it's great advice. Sometimes it may not be. But ultimately, it's your decision to know how much you can give and how much you need, or what you need. Okay? Okay. Because your needs are different from other people's, and other people's needs are different from yours. Right? Okay, 2 cards I'm going to get to try to close up here. I have no idea how long this has been. This is some Spirit Guide Oracles. It's Archangel Michael Oracles, I believe. So with pile A, this choice for pile A, what is the advice here for pile choice A for pile 3. Woo! Open your heart. Number 22. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal the situation. If you're going towards this and you're allowing yourself to work on this and open up, then you better open up. Otherwise, what's the point, right? You can't go back into a situation and be completely guarded in that you're not allowing yourself to open up to forgiveness or open up to no one is perfect or stop judging the situation, because then it definitely will just go straight right down. You know, you have to have some kind of faith here, and you have to be somewhat vulnerable. I think you're very vulnerable with that fool with open arms and that's just sitting there, you know, with the devil. And the Queen of Pentacles, you're risking a lot here within yourself. You're very secure with who you are. And you have everything you need there, right? This is like someone that, it's just like feeling like you don't really have to work, but you want to, you know? So again, still remain over here. Your independence is important here. Back to this. If you're going to take this route, they're saying you need to realize that you're going to be vulnerable here, right? Because there's an open wound here. Okay. And don't judge yourself for, if you go this route, guys, don't judge yourself for that. I mean, I went through a whole spiel about it, but if you think love can heal the situation, if you feel that way in your situation, don't let me or anyone else tell you any different, or don't allow anyone to judge you for that either. It's, again, a decision that is in your hands. And that's what you choose. So what is the overall advice here for choice B? I would say don't ever go back to an abusive situation if that's the case. Definitely seek help when it comes to that, because you could have some sort of toxic attachment here to someone that's not, that's not good for you. So if there's been anything like that in this situation here, I mean, I would definitely say get away from that, okay? I'm just saying that. The reason I am is because of this card here, to be honest. Getting away from that. That's what she's doing in that card. Okay, so your advice over here, you got 3 cards. And look, the butterflies. Change is coming. It's funny, too. She has curly brown hair, so maybe somebody does, as these 2 people do. I feel like a lot's going to turn around or change for you come in the colder months of the year. Or just another season, maybe by the end of the year something is going to change here for you. But it says change is coming. I'm here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. So this is that Chariot energy, by the way, in the number 7. Then you have put your creative energy into action. Number 25, Archangel Gabriel joins me in the Spark Your Creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. So I was getting stuck on this here. Some of you, if you choose this side here, and it doesn't have to do with, like you're looking for that emotional connection, we can get emotional connection and support through the things that we love to do. Also through other relationships in our life, things that love us and we love them, and we feel safe and supportive around them, right? So that could lead to something for some of you. If this is like a hobby or something like that, it could lead to something here for you. but you have to take action with that, okay? You have to make the judgment call to focus on that, and in order for things to play out in your favor, I feel. Okay, anyway. Be a light to others, number 4. You have a powerful message to share. Share your light on the world so that others can learn from you. So that might be part of this as well. Okay, so let's get a postcard from Spirit, and then we'll get some initials to close. I like these readings a lot, but boy, they're long. Longer. Okay. All my readings, I'm always like, let's just do the shorter readings today, and they never end up that way. That's okay, I guess. So you have a demi-swan here, which is very interesting. You have this empress over here. A demi-swan is, a swan without a mate. But they're on their own, but that doesn't make them any less beautiful being on their own. That doesn't make them any less happy being on their own. Who's to say that, but they're built to be on their own. And so don't underestimate yourself, okay? I want to say that. Don't underestimate yourself, or don't let anyone else not give you credit for where credit is due when it comes to who you are and the work that you put into relationships and situations and what it is that you want, and just work in general, maybe even being a mother, the time and energy and effort and nurturement that you put into things. Don't ever let anybody take that away from you. That makes you unique and special, and you have purpose there. Okay. Dearest you, whew, let that out for a minute. I'm going to get a drink of coffee real quick before I get started with this. Do you know how much we love you and want to help you? We're here for you, and we hear you ask for guidance, but you must let go and let us help you. You don't have to do it all. You've done your part. Now let us do ours. You will be starstruck if you knew how many strings that we're pulling through the matrix to get you where you need to go and desire. Spirit has a plan, and when you sign up to co-create, you need to remember to allow the partnership. It's not one-sided. Your desires and plans meet up with those of Spirit. Remember, through Spirit's timetable and ideas of how things will play out may be different from yours. Trust us, Spirit's ideas are amazing. And now let go and let us do the magic. Pay attention to other areas of your life, and before you know it, a miracle will have taken place. We love you so much. Yeah. Don't try to do everything on your own here. That's important. There's some other message that came through there, and now I can't remember. I should have just went ahead and said it while I was reading it, but I hate stopping. See if it comes back to me. You're not alone is something that's there, right? You're not alone. Sometimes we feel alone because we feel like nobody understands us. And sometimes we just need somebody to say, maybe not say anything, but just nod their head and listen, Maybe you should find somebody that's a really great listener. You may just need somebody to listen to you so that you can get the thoughts and the things that are going through your head on a daily basis out. And you may get some good advice from that. Some of you may benefit with therapy.
Mama, do you do the muffin?
So sorry, guys. It's grocery day at my house, and all my kids are telling me all the stuff that they would like for me to get at the store. So this came out in one of the other piles. So it's the rainbows here, and you have the music notes that are on them. So it's kind of like going with the flow of things or going with, there is, music may be really important to somebody here. Because there's music note here in the background of this. And then you have the stage that's here. So maybe music or putting yourself out there, you know, is something that's here, needing to put yourself out there. Go with the flow of things. Like, make it, like, go with the beat as it comes along, you know. So you have the number 2, which is about making decisions, partnerships, and, oh, I heard becoming whole in my head. If you're looking at yourself as not whole because you don't have a relationship, then you should just knock that off right now. That's not the case. We're all whole within ourselves. That might be a self-limiting belief that you may have. Making and building that relationship within yourself, I feel like, is important at this time. You have the star. There's something to do with you being a star. So I don't know if you're in the public eye, or if you're trying to be, or if that's something that you're motivated to do in some kind of way. But there's something to do with that. And the star is about healing. So healing a relationship could be something that's here as well. 2 is here with 22. So 222 could be something you're seeing a lot of. And you also have a T, an O, an I, and a Y. And we do have toy here. T-O-Y. But it's in a different way. I'm feeling like don't let anybody toy with you, right? Which is something I haven't heard in forever. It sounds weird. Okay, I'm going to hold this up. I know there's not a whole lot here, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm going to hold this up so y'all can see it, and I'm going to leave it here. Okay, guys, so thanks so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and all your support. I hope this helps. Definitely good luck here, and I hope to see you soon. Hey, Pile 4. So if you chose change here, this is going to be a reading. So this is going to be a 2 paths ahead of you spread. So with this card here, this is representing basically where are you at where you're having to make some sort of choice, okay? You're at a crossroads in some way. With this change here, you see the owl in the tree, which represents wisdom. And the way that she's covering herself from being able to see the owl is, you know, it could be obviously showing that you don't see, like, how do I want to say that? You feel like you don't have the wisdom that you need in order to make a choice, perhaps. But for others of you with this change and the way that she's, like, not wanting to look at it, it's almost like there's a fear of change that's here. You know, there's a fear of making a decision and it being the wrong decision, something not coming together in the way that you want. I think this is something that calls for faith, and you may be someone that has a really hard time with change. There's something here that you know already. Sorry guys, that was my little one or middle child that walked in. One of them. Well, it was one of them. Back to it. There is kind of there might be kind of like a fear of abandoning what you now know. Like abandoning everything you know for change. Maybe even going towards something that may be some abundant or successful or bring you happiness here. You know that's the right decision or maybe the wise decision, but you're kind of covering yourself from that. It's almost like you're in isolation or you don't want to do anything. Don't we all get that way sometimes? Can't we just crawl back in bed and not this just be a different day, you know? Something like this is here. Some of you may also not be feeling so great about yourself at this time. That's not everybody's message, but I feel like for some of you, you may just be wanting to kind of isolate. You may be having to adapt to certain changes. You may abandon things as well once they get to the point where you have to make decisions for yourself. Because it's just too hard. If things get too hard, you can abandon things if they get too hard as well. There's a lot of trauma that's wounds that go back with that. Abandonment. Being abandoned. There's some root chakra stuff that's going on with that. It's where your safety and security sits. It's where you feel grounded, where you feel happy, where you feel centered. And if that's out of balance or there's some trauma stuff going on there that's blocking you, you could find yourself maybe in feeling unstable, feeling ungrounded, feeling tired even, feeling restless, just feeling afraid at times. You may even find that there's things in your life that are falling apart or not aligning right. When things start to happen like that in our lives, that's a huge indicator that we're ready for some sort of change or transformation. It's just getting outside of your comfort zone in order to do that is, it's difficult, especially if you're someone that has some sort of trauma related to that in some way. Maybe change is daunting to you because last time when you've had to make changes in your life, they were a result of something not so great. Instead of making those changes yourself, you didn't have control in those changes. High Priestess in reverse, like you had no other choice there. So it makes it difficult now for you to make the changes you need to make. Just anxiety around it. Okay. One more shuffle, and then we'll get into this. Finally, I feel like I've been channeling forever. So over here is going to be your choice B, okay, or choice A, I'm sorry. Over here is going to be your choice B. We're going to start with A, and we're going to break it down into what are the pros and cons, basically, and then advice with that and how you can change things depending on which side, you want to choose. So what about choice A with change in pile 4? What is their choice A? The Six of Pentacles in reverse. This could be asking for help or giving to someone, or it's funny because it says change and that's literally like change, So for some of you, this could be financial or something to do with some kind of stability. It could be taking something back, or it could be having to give to someone. You know what? This is also having some kind of unpaid debt, or maybe even there's maybe something here for some of you where there's some kind of maybe hack, like life hack to a situation that you're thinking about or you're working on. And this is a choice. It's almost like, what do they call it? Robbing Peter to give to Paul. Isn't that it? Or is it robbing Paul to give to Peter? I can't remember now. Anyways, it's like having to give to a situation here is a choice in order to have some sort of change take place. And you may somehow have to go down before you can come up, if that makes sense. It's like some kind of life hack here. This could be asking for something even, being a pentacle. Could be time, asking for time perhaps. Could be asking for funds. What is choice B? What is choice B? What is choice B? For pile 4 with change, what is choice B?
How long did the Muppet go to heal?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Gosh, guys, I'm sorry. Okay. He's waiting for the groceries. You have the Ten of Cups that just came out. So this is your other choice here. And man, this looks a lot better. This could be family, going towards family. This could be emotional fulfillment, you know. I mean, this is happily. I don't understand why. This is another choice. To me, like, this would be a no-brainer. So we're going to have to look into this. Let's see here. Now he's got me all worried about my groceries, dang it. Maybe you could win something big here. Like maybe this is where emotional fulfillment is for you. Some sort of, I mean, this could be family as well. Something that, you know what this feels like? It's like see how all the families together playing a game and like they're excited because they just did something great. It's like having emotional support here. People support you. People care about you. People will, you know, kind of fall in love with you here even. There's something to do with that here. Or having that emotional support. This is another choice that you have. This is a choice that you have. Okay. I need one more card for that. The Ten of Pentacles just came out. That's pretty neat. I don't understand why this is a choice. Why is this a choice? Why is this a choice with the Six of Pentacles in reverse? The Queen of Wands. This is like selling yourself to the devil over here. What are you doing? This could be going back to something, or there's a stability and emotional happiness here. But over here you have this, like, doing something for yourself, maybe. Yeah, that could be a big thing of this. This, in some way, may benefit you personally better. But something that you could even be very confident in. Like, you're confident here in this choice of this working out. But it is solely focused, like it's just on you. It's just going to benefit you. And it may also be kind of indulgent in some way, whatever that means. And then over here, you have the emotional fulfillment due to some sort of solid foundation here, stability. I mean, if you have a choice, my God. You have a Ten of Cups and a Ten of Pentacles over here. Like, what are you doing? That might make sense here because, like I said in the beginning, you know that, like, one choice, you know what the wise choice is, but you're not looking at it. You may not feel good enough for something here. And that's why you're in this place where you don't know what to choose. You may not feel your best. Almost like maybe you feel like you don't deserve it. That's a lot deeper than what you think it is. That is connected to that trauma. You feel like you don't deserve. There's a part of you, I feel like, that feels like you don't deserve happiness. King of Wands. Look at that. You may feel like someone else. You may also feel like you have to earn something, or you don't feel worthy. And that's hurting you when it comes to what you deserve, because you don't feel worthy of something. And there also may be somebody here that you connect with on a very independent, how do I say this? Like you're solely you're focused on yourselves, right? There's heavy power couple energy here too, by the way. You have Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, fire sign here. But it's almost like you have to sell yourself in some way in order to have this play out. Something, why don't you feel like you can have this? What is that I'm feeling there? The Nine of Cups. Look at that. I mean, I can't think this could get any better over here. You feel like you don't deserve something. That's hindering this choice. It's like an overshadow. Almost kind of going into a negative place. Like the darkness is more comfortable than the light. Do you see these cards are all dark and these are light too? Isn't that crazy? Oh, hold on. They're throwing cards at me. The Eight of Cups. Let's attach to that abandonment for me. That Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Two of Cups in reverse. You may be walking away from a relationship here because you feel like it would be for the best. I don't know. I mean, there's counterpart here, so I don't know what that means to you guys, but it just fell out, so. Could be walking away from a contract even because you feel like it's for the best. But I feel like you're walking away. If you do, this is a wish fulfillment over here. This is something that you've wanted, that you've prayed about, that you've desired. It's here, and now you're like, I don't know that I can take that. And I think the deepest part of this is I think that you feel like you don't deserve that in some way. This is like when you see, like you get uncomfortable when things go too good. Like when things start going really good, you start to kind of be like, okay, so when's the foot gonna drop here? When's things gonna happen, you know? And you start to look for those things. And this could be a result because this is what you saw when it comes to change, when relationships change, when you're just going through that uncomfortability of that change taking place. And so when you start to feel like you're getting what it is that you really want, you start to freak out. You know why you freak out about that? One of those reasons that could be is because when you've gotten what you wanted in the past, you have a pain attached to it and somehow. And it may have to do with some sort of feeling abandoned, feeling like you couldn't be yourself, feeling like you were rejected by someone. It made you feel like you weren't worthy. And so you filter that through everything when it comes to when you get something that you've wanted right in front of you. You automatically already feel like you don't deserve that. And it's just not the case. Okay. I'm channeling y'all's reading, just complete channeling y'all's reading, and I'm not doing the spread I'm supposed to do or anything. So, and we're already pretty far in, so let's get this going. What is the upside to choice A? What's the upside over here? Okay, this is something that will almost, I mean, if this is someone that will definitely keep giving to you, right? You can indulge with this person, like, it doesn't have to be equal in some way. Like the pressure's off here with this, whatever this is. But there's also some kind of heavy debt that you have to pay with that as well. And I don't know what that means. What is that? The Page of Wands. Look at all these wands. Why the Page of Wands? It may be something that's exciting. feel like I don't like this side here. What is the ups to this, though? The Lovers in reverse. Okay. Some of you may be addicted to toxic relationships. When you start feeling like, and I mean, it's built into you, you know, especially if you grew up in a chaotic relationship kind of, you never got the opportunity to see what a good relationship was. That really hurts us when we're little. We kind of grow up in that way. Then we just see that as being normal, toxicity as being normal. And when it goes too quiet for too long, you're like, okay, I don't like the way this feels because I'm not used to this. And you may even cause destruction without meaning to because of that. It's like a subconscious kind of thing. But it is something that is here. Also, someone's wrath, and I don't know what that means. There's something to do with paying for a message or something that's here. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. Paying for something. Okay, Gemini energy's there. I'm going to come off of that for a minute. Paying for something. This is supposed to be, you know, what's the upside to the choice here? And it's the Lovers in reverse. I mean, that's like a toxic relationship or someone that you don't have to be connected with, you know? Maybe that's the case here, and maybe the benefit of this is you and this person are a lot alike, and you know, you don't have to give to this person in the same way, or you don't have to give to this situation as much, or something like that, or somehow this may benefit you financially even. I don't know if that's means something to anybody, but okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Why is that an upside? Two of Swords in reverse. Because you don't have to make any heavy decisions. You don't have to make any changes. You don't have to have somebody get to know you or anything like that. You don't feel blocked. You don't feel like tied down. This feels like an open kind of relationship here. I'm not going to lie now that I'm talking like this. And this feels like family and foundation and commitment, which is what you've wanted. So I don't know, when you're going this route, it's because of the moon that's here. You may feel like you have the inability to make the right decision for yourself. So you choose the one that's the most familiar. What is the upside here? What's the upside here for choice B? The Five of Swords is the upside. So maybe you don't have to fight here, or there's less conflict, or you won't be thinking about what you'd be losing. You won't be conflicted about this. This is supposed to be the upside to things. So having something worth fighting for, you know? You may have to play it nice here for a while, or I don't want to say that. I don't want to say it like that. You may lose something here in some way. You may lose an argument, a battle. This is supposed to be an upside to this, though. Maybe one more for that. Wow. The Nine of Swords. Oh, I get it. I see. With responsibility brings what? stress, anxieties. And I think that this being an upside, if you have this foundation and you have this emotional support like you've wanted here with this, then there's less to fight and there's less to be worried about. There's less to be mentally confused or worried about. For some of you, this has to do with finances here. Okay. So now I want to see what the downside is. What's the downside here for choice B? I mean choice A. God, I did that up there, didn't I? What's the downside here? What's the downside here for choice A? What's the downside for choice A? The Seven of Pentacles. This is the downside. There's no long-term vision on this side. There's no plan for the long term. You can't build anything here, right? This is the downside to the situation. You can't really build what it is that you want or grow like you really want going this direction. Makes sense? Okay. Got it? So what's the downside here to this side? Side B. Choice B. What's the downside to choice B? Justice in reverse. Why Justice in reverse? Why is it Justice in reverse? That's Libra energy. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So the downside to this over here is that in order to have an opportunity, there has to be some kind of, gosh, this is going to be sensitive. There's some kind of dishonesty here. This is the downside to this side. Why is that? There may have been some sort of lack of truth around a solid opportunity here. Something is unfair and imbalanced when it comes to an offer or starting something new. And this is the downside. So you may feel, again, not good enough in a way, but you may feel like, and this is the same thing I said earlier, not deserving of this. It doesn't have to do with this. This is internal, what the downside is. Also, there may be just something here. There's something else that's here. Is it hidden as a downside for choice B? Page of Cups in reverse. Okay. Interesting. There may be something here that, or someone, right? You may have to depend on someone or something. There also may be something here where you may have to let someone down, and I don't know what I mean by that, but that's not everybody's message. I can tell you that. The downside here with this is there may be someone here that you have to let down. There may be someone here, there also may be an injustice that was done because someone was being, emotionally immature, or they were being temperamental, or something like that was here. This is the downside to this. For some of you, this has to be, I have to say this because it's coming through and I just can't get around it. I've been trying to. I can't. For some of you, there may be a child here that's coming into play that wasn't planned in some kind of way, or there was some sort of injustice done where this is someone that's dependent on you. And that might be the downfall here. Is the reliability or the responsibility that you're going to have to take on here with this. Okay. And there's my kids. Yes, sir.
I have my two.
I'm sorry.
With my two. Well,
So sorry, guys. I had to help my kids. Five of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, which is, guess what? Like abandonment there. And it's very similar to this here. See her? She's even on the same side. She has her head down. She has her head covered. So this can, with Empresses here. Good grief. Sneezing a lot. There's a lot of pollen in the air right now where I live. I live in Texas, by the way. Eight of Cups is here, so this is about walking away from. Yeah, you know what? This is like, again, walking away from the things that you feel like you don't have any control over. Like, you can't control how something goes. You feel in more control here of how something goes because there is no commitment in a way of long term. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to put a lot of time or energy into something here like you would here. So you don't have to have or be controlled in any kind of way here, right? But there's no long-term abundance there. The Five of Cups with the Empress is, it's almost like you're afraid that if you make the wrong decision, or maybe because of your wrong decisions, that you're missing out on some kind of big accomplishment or abundance or growth or someone even, right? Taurus Libra is here. There's some regrets perhaps about this. There's like a feeling of loss or disappointment. There could be a mother wound here with this Empress. Maybe disappointing a mother or something like that. I don't know where that came from. But that could be part of that, what needs to be healed here. Knowing when to walk away from things that aren't good for you and not react impulsively is something that's here. This Two of Wands in reverse. There's a fear of change. This is literally a card of being afraid. Like you know you need to walk away from something, or you know something's not good for you, but you're afraid of exploring something new. This familiarity is safer. But you're losing. You know you're gonna. If you choose this, you'll lose this. And I mean, this is in like one of the other piles. I was like, I don't understand why this is such a difficult choice. But you know, when we make choices in our life, we make them based off of our experiences. And in your eyes, when you're filtering that through the trauma, when you're filtering that through whatever tough experience that you went through, that's kind of tainted your view of being able to have all this, it's almost like the anxiety is too much, you know? Responsibility of it is too much. And it causes you to be in a place to where you feel like you just can't do this in some way. But you know exactly what you're losing, though. That's the thing. You don't want to make a mistake. Okay. What kind of information can we get from that side over there? Went quiet, didn't I? What kind of information, what would be helpful? What kind of advice? If you choose to go this route, you know, I didn't ask if there's anything else that I'm missing. Let me do that. Let me do that real quick. This can be like a bad decision. Right off the bat, look at that. The Two of Swords in reverse and the Lovers in reverse. The Lovers is a card of choice. So it's like doing something out of lust instead of love. You know, that's definitely something that's there. You could be contemplating giving to a situation or sticking with a solid foundation that you already have that makes you happy. Oh, this just popped out. What is it? The Six of Swords. That's a transition or getting to a calmer place, or maybe you're waiting for something to get to a calmer place here. There could be some kind of apology around this. This right here, this is what I didn't ask. You know what I didn't ask? I didn't ask what you could do to help in this situation, okay? What can you do to help change this situation? Now, this situation may not be in a good place either, because the Lovers being in reverse, it could indicate that there's not a tie here, but it could also indicate not just an unhealthy relationship, but maybe it's just a relationship where you're on the outskirts here with someone. You know, you're not talking, maybe even with that Two of Swords in reverse. So if you went this route, what advice do you need there? How would this change you? Let's do that. How would this route, I don't know why I want to ask it in that way, but how would this route here change you? Eight of Cups. It would teach you this lesson. The Eight of Cups, you know, like all the tarot, there's lessons. And the Eight of Cups is about learning when to walk away from things that you know aren't serving you. This is where the abandonment is. This is where that self-awareness lies with that trauma wound that we saw earlier. This is about, this is being disappointed. How will this change you? I think that if you take this route, honestly, guys, I think that you're going to be disappointed. Give me one more for that. Yeah, the Page of Swords in reverse. This isn't going to give you what it is that you need. That Page of Swords in reverse is, yeah. It's finding out the hard way, the truth of something not being what you thought you wanted. And then having to kind of walk away from that to go what? Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. Anything else that we need to know about choice A for change? The Four. This is about reevaluating. Reevaluate this before you make this choice here. It says sit on it and think about it and rest on it. Rest on it. That's what they're saying. The Star in reverse. You're just in a place right now where you feel lost. You feel hopeless. And out of this place, you could be making a decision impulsively because of that. And this is telling you, wait a second. You're not in the state of mind that you need to be in order to make the proper decision for yourself. And you're not looking at the truth here, I think, as well. So it's just telling you just to pause. Just pause for a second. you're not, this is also, you know, healing with the star, Aquarius energy. You're not looking through this or evaluating this through a healed part of you. You're evaluating this and looking at this through a broken or a sore part of yourself. And so you're making a decision based off of more of a insecurity. Okay. How is choice B going to change you? Wow. King of Cups. That's Scorpio energy. See, here I think you're revisiting something. I feel like. Here, you got the Ten of Cups here, and here's your King of Cups. This is how this is going to change you. This is going to make you emotionally, when you're emotionally stable, it's always so great. Because when you're making decisions, you want to come from a sound place. You want to feel emotionally stable. You want to feel supported and secure, and that you make sense. You know, emotionally balanced. This is about having strong bonds in your life, having a balanced head over heart when you make decisions. Because when you're in a King of Cups, you're making choices from the heart, but they make sense. They're mature, emotional decisions. This is what this route would turn you into. Like, this is more admirable, I guess you could say, in a way, with the decision that you made, and how it makes you feel. Can you clarify that, of how choice B will change you for the better, you know? How it will change you, how it will affect you. King of Cups. The Four of Cups in reverse. This is whenever you are happy. You're deciding to choose happiness. This is also about that sudden awareness that I was talking about. Like becoming aware to something that you were filtering things through, and how that was not, you were not able to make the best decisions for yourself because of that. This is where you become aware of it and you do things differently. You do make more mature emotional decisions, and you're not impulsive, you know, understanding what matters, what's important. And you're not letting anything kind of take over that, right? And the Four Cups in reverse, this is about choosing happiness and new experiences that aren't tied to anything negative, right? Okay, you have the Page of Pentacles is here, so that brand new beginning right there. It's right there. You just have to look at it. Let's see if we can figure out how to get you to do that. Yeah, you have the Hanged Man and Hierophant and the Queen of Swords with the Ace of Swords. There's some kind of truth that needs to come out here. Some kind of open the door for communication, or some sort of open communication about a truth. Be honest is what this is saying. Be honest with yourself. Be smart. Protect yourself, I guess you could say, with your truth, you know. So be honest with yourself, especially when it comes to commitment and what you're willing to align with, like what fits with your morals and your values. You really got to understand like what that is to know the best decisions to make morally. What's morally correct here for me, you know? What is my belief in the situation? In that Hanged Man in reverse, Taurus and Pisces energy here, by the way. The Hanged Man being in reverse, it's like taking a second, or how do I say this? Maybe, okay, so I don't want to say this. Okay. Understanding when you've been hanging on to something for too long and when it's time for a new beginning. Because the hanged man here, it's like understanding when you're ready for something. Like, see how he looks like he's walking here, but he's not because he's hanging upside down. It's like, stop filling your head up with, illusions or fantasies about what it is that you really want, but then not taking the opportunity when you have it. It's just a cycle you keep repeating that you need to pull yourself out of. There's something else here with this too. Sorry if y'all can hear that. That's my dogs on my door. Climbing out of something is something that's here. Or feeling like an outsider in some kind of way. It's tied into that insecurity that's there again. And needing to learn that lesson so that you can have this brand new beginning here. And feel like you're in the right place. You see how she looks like she's not in the right place? Because she's all dressed up here, but she's on a farm. Yeah, I mean, there's a level up here, or a brand new beginning here in some kind of way, you know? It doesn't matter kind of where you are. It's about what you feel about yourself that's important. If you feel like that you're worth it, then you are. But if you don't, then you aren't. Because it's your mind. You're controlling that, you know. But when there are things in our life that have made us feel abandoned and insecure and unworthy and all these things, they can really, really affect us leveling up and having opportunities in our life. That fear can just steal it right out of you. Okay. Now, let's see what the advice is here for this choice A. Now, I know this may have been triggering here for some of you. These are, I'm just telling it like it is, guys. It's not all meant for your ears. These are general readings. So take the parts that you're like, okay, what? That don't make sense. Or triggers you in some kind of way, and just say, okay, well, that wasn't my message. But that's fine, because this is a general message. It's not a personal message, okay? You have to learn to take the parts that you want to take and not the parts that aren't meant for you. Now, personal readings is something I do, and I'm actually opening up back up to it right now. So, oh look, this was already turned over. All in perfect timing. Number 1. This is it. It's time to take action now. I'll be here to help you every step of the way. There's something here. I mean, I feel like this is, you know how I said here, the sun's over here, but you're not looking at it? This is guidance here. It's like, this is the perfect time. This is the right time. And this may be something you've been putting it off. Like, I still have plenty of time or something like that. But they're saying now's the right time. Take some kind of action here now. That change is just sitting there right in front of you. And you can do this your way, you know. Whichever way that is for you. I'm going to put this back in here because I feel like I didn't get to ask the right question here. What is the advice? What is the advice here for choice A, for change, for call for? What is the advice about this? Okay. Number 12, embrace your life purpose. So if you choose to go this route here, no, you are taking on a whole new type, I feel like, type of belief system. Okay? And if that's the case and this is what you want, and you have to embrace it. I mean, just embrace it. If this is what you desire. This is Hanged Man energy here, with the number 12. It says, I'm guiding you towards divine life purpose. Whatever makes your heart joyful is what you're meant to be doing.
Somebody outside the door.
Okay, guys, so sorry here. Okay, anyway. If this is the path that you choose, know that this is something that, you know, you're going to be, put time and energy and effort into yourself, okay? I feel like for a lot of you, this is like a non-traditional kind of relationship or something like that is here. If that's the case, then, you know, embrace that and use that time to work on yourself or your own divine plan. You know, whatever your purpose is. This is like entrepreneurship that's here. So any other advice about that? Choice A. Yeah. Get your power back. Number 13. You have forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine, so take back your power. I think this is kind of insinuating you can have everything if that's what you want. But you have to see that within yourself before that's the case. Use this, if this is the choice you make, to help transform your independent self. Use this as a way to use the power from it, use the lust from it, use the desire that you have there, and turn it into something where you're focused in on your own abundance, your stability, your structure, if you go this route, because that's the purpose behind it, right? It's self-focused. Okay, that made sense. Let's see about if you choose B, what's your advice here? Well, that kind of came out weird, but I'm going to take it. You have increase your knowledge, number 15. So maybe be more open-minded, perhaps, if you take this route. 15 is the devil in tarot, so don't be so fixated on certain ideas. Maybe be a little bit more open-minded if you take this route. It says education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book. Find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. So increase your knowledge, be more open-minded. Maybe even actually do what some of these things say, like use this on this side. Focus on your education or focus on, you know, your self-knowledge. Definitely. In some way. And use that for your benefit. Yeah. If you're addicted to toxic relationships and you get in a relationship that's healthy, it can feel boring to you. Because it's healthy. Because there's not any of the highs that are there, the ups and downs, right? And to kind of counter-react that in a way, you can put yourself into a place to where you put your mind into other things that draw in excitement and interest within yourself, you know, bettering in yourself. And then you have B, the real you. So 6 and 6 is here as well. You also do have 12 and 13 and 15, so 14's missing. You know what 14 is in tarot is temperance, which is peace. That's what you're missing. I said this in one of the other piles. Think about what the most important thing to you is in your life. And is that peace? Which one of these will bring you peace? Okay. So number 6, be the real you. The greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. And we saw that down at the bottom of this. Being honest, you know, being honest with what it is that you want, being honest with yourself. There's also this idea of this being something where you can be more authentic or true to your own nature. And I don't know what that means to y'all guys, but like being more, you know, all these cups, you feel emotionally supportive and connected of being just who you are and not having to play any kind of role there. When we have that kind of support in our lives, we tend to excel a lot more when we're supported for being who we are. Also, be yourself in maybe a career opportunity or something like that. Do what it is that your heart's desire is. I know I am horribly dyslexic, and when something has to have my interest, or I don't want to know, I don't want to learn about it. I can't learn about it unless it has my interest in some sort of way. And so maybe use that for your benefit here if that's the case. Okay. My house is full of teenagers now because all my son's friends just decided to walk over here. So let me read this. We'll get some initials and I'm going to close and make sure they're not eating everything in my pantry and tearing my house up. So you are love. I have another mom that lives down the street, and when she gets tired of them, she sends them to my house. When I get tired of them, they go right back to her. God bless her. I sure love her. Dearest to you, do you ever wonder where your ideas and inspiration might be coming through? Your soul, rather than generated from your mind alone? You may have a higher purpose that you're unaware of. You haven't tapped into quite fully yet. To its fullest. We're here to tell you that you're always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We are conducts of spirit, letting you know that you are a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you're feeling inspired, it means that you've heard us. Inspiration means spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human passion to keep it going so that you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. Let yourself be led into new experiences and know that this is why you're on earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirited nature and to bring forth through your efforts whatever is meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let inspiration propel you forward. You are so, so loved. Yeah, they're pushing you or trying to inspire you to go above and beyond, when it comes to your dreams and what you're capable of and what you have an opportunity for. Don't ever deny yourself of that, right? Because you may have come from a lot and worked really hard to get to that point. Don't deny yourself of it. I always think when you're making a decision, think about if it was someone that was really close to you, like a really good friend, and you saw them making a decision just like you, what advice would you give them? Somebody that you really cared about. On the outside looking in, what advice would you give them? Because that might help you here. Okay. Interesting, guys. Okay, I like these readings. I might start doing these too. These path readings are pretty cool. Okay, so I said okay 3 times. You have the thimble here, so there's definitely something here that's worth protecting, right? Also, fake it till you make it. Something else that's here. The thimble's like, Wendy gives Peter the thimble and says that it's a kiss. She doesn't have to kiss Peter, but she makes him think that that's what that is. And it doesn't matter if it's actually physically a kiss or not. It ends up having a similar meaning, right? And it's love. So if you're someone that has a hard time in relationships or you feel like giving up on love, love is not something that we're born to know. It's something that we're born to learn. And sometimes we don't get taught in the best way, in the most rational, joyful, stable, secure, happy way. And when that's the case, it doesn't mean that's not okay and you can't love somebody. It just means give yourself patience and allow yourself to go through the process. Don't deny yourself of these great things because you feel like you're not ready or you don't deserve it. So protect your dream here. It has to do with what you believe in within yourself as what this is. What are you protecting here, right? Okay, anyway, felt like that went deep, but I don't know. I never know what I'm saying here. None of it makes sense usually until the end of editing, and I get to go through the stories, and then they make sense. But as I'm channeling here, sometimes, guys, I'm like, I have no idea what I just said. Sad and Saturday are here. Somebody's sad about Saturday. You have a 6 and a 9. No comment there, but that could be relevant for somebody. But you also have double numbers, 6 and 6. So there could be some healing going on. This also is 12, so there's that hangman energy again. Maybe getting on the same page or giving to something equally or seeing both sides. That's something that's there. 99 is like, well, I mean, you're almost at that point, right? Almost at the finish line there. Why stop now? Something like that's there. Stop is right here in the bowl, actually. Like this could be 99% sure that you're safe, or something like that. You have S-T-O-P, stop. You have a K, a Y, A, D, day is here. A, stop a day. I and Y. Stop and pause. That's something they're talking about here too. Stop and take a pause. Alright, guys. I just heard. I have to say this. I just heard this in my head. I gotta repeat it. Now, I don't have anything against anybody. But I have to say what it's in my head. I heard, I'm 99% sure I need to stop smoking. In my head. I literally heard that. Because I saw stop and then smoke kind of, I could see it in the bowl, even though we don't have the E. And then a 99%, and that's how I'll put all that together. And then you have the protection here, right? But there you go. Not everybody's message, but somebody maybe needed to hear that. And there goes my throat, and I don't smoke. You have soap here too. What else? Okay, I'm going to leave you here. So thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for all your love and all your support and kindness. I hope this helps. Good luck, and I hope to see you soon.